What up?
I need that sports encyclopedia. U.S. Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut. Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. Hop into
you are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. You's not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, how it's talking.
Gotta get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so past it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight and I said that guy should be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap, Smitty and Jason Brown.
To the Coach JB show.
What up? We are in the building right here. It's Free Game Friday on the realest show on Planet ERF. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. We got a loaded lineup today. Big Matt McChesney is going to join us, talk Colorado football versus Cincinnati. Big weekend for them. Dr. Jesse Morse will hop on, give us an update on all things NFL injuries. And then Jeff Nadu is going to hit us up and join us with the picks of the weekend. And then Shaun King will wrap the show with us to talk some NFL quarterback, college football quarterback from McCord throwing 3 picks last night. Syracuse absolutely getting mollywopped by what seems to be a real deal Pittsburgh. University of Pittsburgh undefeated possibly when they play Miami. We're going to dive into that. Or Clemson, I'm sorry. We're going to dive into that. All things real on the realest show on Planet ERF. So pound that like, subscribe, become a member. This show is powered to you by BetUS. Head on over there as well. Use our promo code CoachJB. Get you 150% bonus when you sign up to $2,000. So head on over there to BetUS today. And don't forget to head on over to CoachJBStore.com. We got new merch everywhere. I got cups. I got all kind of things. I even identify as a natural-born male. My pronouns are slap dick. So head on over there. The real show, real shoes, real shit, real shirts, real hoodies, real mugs, you name it. We got it. CoachJBStore.com. Let's dive into it, man. We got a lot to get into. It's Free Game Friday, so we're giving up that game early and often. The Broncos wide receiver Josh Reynolds was one of 2 men injured in a shooting last Friday, a week ago today, 3 o'clock in the morning. Listen, we all can do what we want to do, but during the football seasons, it seems like it's a bit irresponsible to be out before a football game, and especially in that environment. And listen, we've all been to those type of places, establishments. We've all had fun as youngsters. People got money. They go out and splurge. They go have fun. I'm all for it. I did it. I get it. But once upon a time, the NFL used to have conduct detrimental contracts, meaning during the season, you can't ride a jet ski. You can't go skiing. You can't do off-road biking. There used to be that in contracts because that's the investment we paid you for. We want a return on our investment, so you have to stay healthy, similar to what Fernando Tatis did in San Diego with the Padres. Got hurt on a bike. We've seen all these incidences. Going to a titty bar, though, is actually an avoidable one, to say the least. During the football season, shows me and my teammates that I really don't have a big investment towards you, even if you were with other teammates. I don't know the situation, but he was shot in the back of the head. God's grace has allowed him to still be here with us. He also got shot in the arm, I believe. The police documents indicate Reynolds and another man were located after multiple 911 calls after being shot in Denver. Left arm in the back of the head. Team sources said Thursday that Reynolds was treated and released from a hospital. So what tells me is he was grazed. He was grazed somewhere because obviously getting shot in the head, you're not being released from the hospital the same day, right? Reynolds, a 29-year-old, obviously has not been reached for comment. Reynolds is now on injury reserve after a finger surgery has been present for team activities this week, including Thursday. So obviously he got grazed in the back of the head. You can say he got shot and who shot you and all that old shit. But bottom line is that the Broncos played the Saints last weekend and Reynolds did not make that trip. Be smart. Stop being so ignorant and put your life at risk, number one, and then shitting on your team, number two. So apparently, though, it all stems from some guys following him in some SUVs. So whatever happened, man, it is what it is. People know. It's about a female. It's about a girl. I said something. It's about a bottle. I don't know. But stop being so damn dumb and keep your ass out of those spots during the season. And all eyes are on you. People know who you are. They want to get your shit. That is what it is. It's called jealous one's envy. So stay up out of it. Let's dive into the show, man. Matthew Stafford and the Rams take out the Vikings as Stafford throws 4 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp returns. Nakua returns. Nakua had, I believe, over 100. Cooper had a touchdown. The Rams are a different team with those two guys in the lineup, as we know. Plus, they ran the football at Kyron Williams against one of the best run defenses in all of football. I don't think a trade is imminent now for Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp. It's crazy how a day will change everything. The James Franklin has refused to comment on some charges that were brought up against his former players from last year's team. And interesting press conference, to say the least. But listen, I know how it works. PR is a thing. We'll dive into that and show you that one. The Broncos, obviously, Josh Reynolds was shot after an altercation at a strip club establishment in Denver last week. USC commits Julian Lewis and Carday Smith taking official visits to Colorado this weekend. I don't know how you're committed and going on a visit. Makes zero sense. It's an oxymoronic take. We're going to dive into that one. And the Raiders signed third-round pick Desmond Ridder, who was seemingly cut overnight for a Chico stick and string cheese with the Atlanta Falcons after being drafted by them a year ago. But before we begin, Bafar East Sider 317, LeBron Hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, Caitlin Clark jocking, IR5 defending, Fox Sports very own Big Smitty. Welcome again.
What's going on, y'all, man? It's Free Game Friday. It's Freaky Friday. It's Friday. We in a great mood. We feeling good. I'm looking better. The weather's good outside. I've been having an amazing week. It's been a long week, but we here, and I won't want to be any other place than right here where we at right now, man. Shout out to the chat. We got my man Eric in the chat. We got B-Rad Bradley in the chat. We got Briggs in the chat. We got Ill Bill every single day this week. Brandon Hood, Ryan, and Aaron Castillo. It's going to be a crazy show. And I got my main man right next to me, Jason Brown. Mediocrity is the new excellence. Get your new mug at the Coach JB store right now. Tell them Big Smitty sent you.
Don't call me by my first name.
Who named you that?
We really will fight. We'll fight in the studio next Tuesday if you want.
Who named you that? Who named you Jason?
I don't know. They named me JB. Homie, it's on my
No, somebody named you either your mom, your girl, like somebody named you that. So out of respect to them, I'm gonna call you by your government name, homie. It's a good name, Jason. It's a good name.
I'll never call you Smitty again.
Call me Darnell. I love myself, JB. I love
Darnell,
call me Darnell, call me Smith, call me Smitty, call me Big Smitty, call me D Weezy, D Money. like Big D. All these are names that I grew up I had in the hood. So
that's all BPS. Nobody calls you that either. Nobody knows you by those things.
D Money, yes they do.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a real hustler, JB. It's a lot you know about me. You don't know. I'm gonna keep that in house, though, homie.
I found out a lot of stuff. Not impressed.
What'd you find out?
Huh?
What'd you find out? Tell me one thing.
You eat avocado toast, homie. We already know you're not from the hood. So let's dive into it's Free Game Friday, Smitty.
Weak ass clap.
You hear that?
It's a weak ass clap. Hold on real quick. The chat really thought we was about to fight yesterday. Like they were talking to Bailey. They were like, Bailey, intervene. Bailey, stop this right now.
No, they weren't.
Bailey, am I lying? Then they say intervene. They said
intervene.
I'm dead ass serious.
You imagine me slapping you with this hand though?
That would have been crazy.
Like a slap.
But imagine how mad I would have got.
Just.
And I would have got so mad. Imagine me come with the left and like punch you across you like your shit.
Never would have came close. But imagine me just that paw that just you know those slap boxing things they got going?
Yeah.
Have you seen them cats?
Yep.
You'd have been done. I'd have kept doing the show. You'd have been out, but I'm just saying.
And then you ever watch like UFC, like MMA, and you know how they choke the shit out of somebody else? Like that would have been you. I would have like grabbed you and choked the shit out of you.
I never seen that.
Crazy,
I've never seen UFC.
Oh, okay. We should check it out.
And the white guy, I've never seen the white guy get choked out by the black guy on UFC either.
Oh, I can show you John Bones Jones, the bad motherfucker.
Yeah, right. I guess
he's the GOAT.
We'll see. He really white though.
We've already seen it. He's the GOAT.
He really white. That's why.
Tomorrow we got Max Holloway and is it Ilya Topuria? Big time fight tomorrow. Check it out.
Oh, tomorrow there's a fight.
UFC fight, big time fight. Max Holloway's a bad boy, but he had a great opponent. Is it Topuria? Am I saying it right, y'all? Let me know in the chat.
They'll tell you everything about the motherfucker. They know his birthday, social. They know everything. There's a lot of football tomorrow too.
Is it?
Yeah. I
don't watch football no more. Football is just a bad product, man. It's just mediocrity is the new excellence, man. I'm gonna be on the fucking boat. I'm not watching no football at all. I'll watch a little bit so I can talk about it on Monday, but I'm on the fucking boat, man. I'm not beers. I'm fucking jumping in Dolphins. I'm not watching no football. I would never go to a high school game. You couldn't pay me to go to a high school game, homie. I'm not watching college football and definitely no NFL ball. Fuck football. But we are a football show, so we'll talk about it Monday. I'll give my opinion a little bit on it, but I won't watch it.
JB. Two things can be true, JB. Two things can be true. Football is still good product. You still watch it, JB. You still going to watch it. You're going to turn it on tomorrow. You're going to watch football. What else are you going to do, JB? You're going to turn the game on at some point and watch it. You got to cover the show, JB. You got to cover the show. Football's still better than anything else. What are you going to watch? Baseball? Hockey? Yeah. Baseball tonight. Dodgers. The Doyers. The Doyers.
I got free tickets to the game. You want to go?
Huh?
I got free tickets to the game if you want to go. Let me know.
No, I would never go out in LA on this Friday. Modern Day High School plays St. John Bosco, the number 1 and 2 teams in America. I think they've held number 1 or 2 spot for the last 8 years in high school football across America, right here in California, of course. And then they're playing at SoFi, I believe. There's 2 concerts right near there.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are. And then you got the Dodgers, who's going to have 55, 58, 60,000 at the game to watch the Yankees. And then you got
Lakers and play the Suns tonight.
Play the Suns. And everybody's going to go see Bronny James. And then, who else? There's so much going on in LA, dog. Whoo, shit.
The traffic's going to be insane. Like, I went to the game last night. I went straight from Fox, straight over to SoFi. Took me like an hour and 11 minutes just to get from Century City over to Inglewood. It was crazy.
This when it's good, though, to be out here. See?
Where you at?
I'm not here.
Where's here, though?
I mean, you and Shaun King, damn near gave my address out on.
Hey, I was cracking up. I didn't say nothing, but Shaun was giving a lot of details. And
Google Maps. So, I'm like, goddamn, homie.
And then JB, I can't remember your response. You did something to try to flip
That's
it.
fucking
Like,
white. That's white people shit.
yeah, he tripping. You know, Shaun been around money for a long time, so he probably didn't forgot like the rules and shit like that. It's okay. Even OGs fuck up.
If it was you, I'd have choked shit out of you.
Nah, one, you can't choke me, or one. Two, it would never be me because I am the hood. Like I know the rules to a T. I invented the rules, homie. So I would never go out here and let people know that your address is really 6527 Lawndale Lane. I would never say that. Camarillo, California. I would never say that. 90710. I would never say that. So that's my thing.
Is that? Can I use that for the white girls this weekend?
What?
That address?
Yeah.
Is that a way that you get it? Because Diddy do that in jail. You seen it?
Oh, I ain't watch it yet. I gotta watch it during the next break.
Hey, get rid of all the pizza boxes and recycle everything.
Is that what he said?
He been in jail for what? 2 months?
Yeah.
You still got pizza boxes, homie. You they bad.
Can we find that clip at some point since it's free game, or will they get us flagged?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, because I'm glad you reminded me. I wanted to check that out. At some point, I want to watch that.
I texted it to you guys.
I know. I was at the game, I think, when you sent it to me. So I would just I was in the suite.
You should stop whatever you're doing.
I was in the suite. We had free food, free liquor, free drink. I was on the 50-yard line. Beautiful view. Had my own private bathroom. Had a private assistant. I'm there with film directors, all type of stuff. So it was a lot going on. I'd have a chance to look at JB's text. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the Diddy call, Bailey, it was in jail. I put it in the text. He took a jail phone call, and he's asking about Jay-Z, where he's at. The guy said Jay-Z bounced.
Now, hold on quick. Did you send the real one, the unedited one, or did you send the funny one with the edit and voiceover?
I think. I don't know. I think it's the real one. I don't know. Go check it out.
Multiple ones.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a fake AI ones, too. But I know the real one, he talks about getting rid of pizza boxes and recycling. And if you notice, the pizza seems to be the word that Oprah uses.
Yeah.
The white girl, what's her name?
Oh, that's right here. Unedited. Okay. That's the real one you sent.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a pizza for some reason. What's her name? The white girl used it on the show. What's her name? Jennifer Aniston.
What do you think pizza stand for? You from the hood?
It had to be kids, no?
Yeah, it gotta be the kids, I think. Pizza. I don't know.
Kids like that, just get rid of the kids. All these motherfuckers. Ellen DeGeneres.
I gotta
Oprah.
hear the deal before I give an opinion on it because I don't know. If I hear it, then I can break down everything.
Got to be kids. It's got to be. I don't think it'd be dope. It'd be dope would have been too easy to move. They would have got rid of the dope. I don't know, man.
It could be dope.
Pizza, young meat.
Oh shit.
Like sausage, pepperoni, the meat.
I was thinking like pistols. Piece of pistols.
Nah, pizza like the piece of meat. Like it's the meat. Get rid of it. Recycle it. I don't know. How many slices you want? Like how many?
I don't think they that smart, JB. I don't think they ain't that smart to like.
How much cheese is on it?
So you getting too deep. You getting too deep with it.
Yeah, like the cheese would be the white kid.
Right.
Kid, you know what I'm saying? You want heavy sausage, heavy pepperoni, it would be the brothers.
Why?
Or Mexican.
Let's go ahead and move on, man. I know we got a quote of the day coming up. I know we got a.
What would anchovies be? You think? Like if you said added anchovies, is that like Ohtani and Steve Kim and them?
I knew. Why did I know he's about to say that, y'all? Why did I know he was gonna say that?
Huh?
Why did I know he was gonna say that? Like he said Steve Kim and them. Who the fuck is them?
Let's take a listen to it real quick. It's Free Game Friday. Let's take a listen to it real quick before we start the show. P. Diddy in jail.
Not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes. Okay. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about. Yeah. Did Jay reach out yet?
All right, so plastic and pizza boxes. So what you think?
All the pizza boxes.
And the plastic needs to be recycled, though. That means
clean,
off you. That means off you recycle? But hold on. He go on to talk about where Jay at. Very interesting.
Bob, he ghosting. What this motherfucker doing? These things tweeting out because I'm in here. It's all good. You about to get out on bail. No. Hey, yo, check this out. Need you to reach out to the producer. Let these motherfuckers know there's a release date for that new Netflix movie. Alright, Pop. It's crazy right now. Everybody out there quiet as a motherfucker.
This guy like a shot caller, man. We gotta move on from the next thing, and we gotta get on to our main man who's coming in right now to give us an update before he gets back to work. And give us an NFL update on all things before we get back to that Diddy call. Let's get back to our main man, NFL injury updater extraordinaire, Dr. Jesse Morse. Clap it up. What up, Doc?
What's going on?
I just watching Diddy tell everybody to get rid of the pizza boxes. We're trying to figure out what that is. Last night, the pizza was ate by Matthew Stafford, 4 touchdowns on the return of Nakua and your boy Cooper Kupp. They had a touchdown. One had 100-something yards, I think, on 7 catches. Like, the Rams are a different club with those two, right? Obviously.
Yes, they are.
I noticed a tweet you
Myers,
made.
maybe.
I noticed some tweet you made. Cooper Kupp was a little bit more held back than Nakua. It seems like I saw the exact same thing you did. It seems like Cooper was more low red zone, so he didn't have to run as deep and as far. He got that touchdown on the scramble. Stafford.
Yeah, I don't even think that was planned. I think that was just him finding a spot and then Stafford just finding him.
And Nakua just kind of ran everything as normal, like he's been all right.
He was. I don't know if we have the first read data yet, but he looked like he was a first read on a lot of routes.
Yeah,
and he looked great. He looked fantastic.
He was a bad boy, man. He's a bad boy.
Your professional opinion, you would say Nakua had no restrictions. Cooper probably had a shot clock on it or a pitch count.
Puka. So before the game, we heard. First of all, let me step back. My initial timeline for him was week 10. Okay, so this is week 8. I was not expecting him. I cannot remember the last time a player coming off of a 6+ week injury gets activated from IR, has 2 limited practices on a short week, and plays. Not only does he play, he gets targeted 9 times, catches 7 for 106, and only played 56% of the snaps. That was not predictable. He literally was the point man in the first couple drives. Like Cooper wasn't even relevant. He was there, but he was like, so they were not straightforward with us with Puka at all. What they were saying and what they did were 2 different things. He looked great. I expected him to struggle. He did not. I'll take it. Youth is a beautiful thing.
A firestorm's probably not imminent anymore.
I mean, they might be buyers now. I mean, they went on a big run last year, so.
Yeah, I heard they're in trade talks with a linebacker, I believe, from the Bucks, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see what the Bucks do because they had a rough weekend. So, but yeah, no, that was and you guys will probably talk about this later. And I mentioned this last night, and I saw this a couple weeks ago, and it still holds true. Whoever plays the Lions has a significant issue. That hangover effect is real, man. They must play hard. At this point, it can't be coincidental. Like, if you go back to last year, I think it still applies, which is kind of crazy. But
I think the stat I saw was teams are 0-5 this year.
But then if you go back last year, I think it's still pretty solid. So that's not fluky at that anymore in time. Yes, it was a short week and so on and forth. But I mean, if you look at the teams that were expected to win and the ones that actually ended up winning those games, it's like, okay, there's definitely struggling. So.
Funny thing, too, not to cut you off, I want to say either last year or 2 years ago that it was a similar stat with the 49ers as well. Whoever played the 49ers this week, the very next week they lost. I'm pretty sure it was last year, but I could be off the season.
I mean, you know, the teams get super hyped up with to face a team, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, whether or not how that is, now they got to kind of pick up the cards, and sometimes it doesn't work out. Darnold didn't look that bad.
He was solid.
You know, but the problem was he was only focusing on Jefferson, which is okay, but I mean, no one else had more than 2 catches, and they didn't activate Hawkinson. That's okay. It was a short week, and you know, maybe they just weren't confident. He had a bad tear, and he didn't get his reconstruction until late January. Okay, you got to remember that even though he had it around Christmas, because of that bad MCL, if I remember correctly, he didn't have it until late January. So these usually take 10, 11 months. So we're not quite there yet. We're you know, we're a little bit over 9 months out. So and sometimes tight ends take a little bit longer. We saw Zach Ertz take a little bit longer. You know, Gronk is a little bit of a freak, so it's hard to say anything for him. But you know, so I think he'll be activated next week. He pretty much has to be activated for next week. But unfortunately, they probably could have used him last night, and obviously he wasn't there.
What any update on Derek Carr?
So they already ruled him out for this week.
He's out.
Well, they said Spencer Rattler was starting, so I'm assuming that means Carr is out. He still couldn't practice yet with his oblique. That makes me think it's closer to a grade 2.
And I believe they've lost whatever. They just hit the rock bottom. They said they beat the Cowboys. Yeah, they beat the Cowboys' ass, and everybody thought they were. I'm like, man, the Cowboys are a bad football team, and then they've proven me right on that one. Derek Carr is just, even with them, I don't think they're a very good team. I'm curious. The reason I ask is, do they do something in New Orleans as well during this trade deadline that's coming up? Because
they just extended Kamara, so shout out to him. But Kamara fractured his hand in week 5 against the Chiefs. Didn't miss anything. He's been playing with it. Fractured his ribs in, I don't know, whatever week it was, 2 or 3 they announced. Hasn't missed a game. Like, that's okay.
Yeah, I like it.
That's, I mean, even if he struggled a little bit, okay. I mean,
Joel Embiid missed the whole goddamn first 3 weeks. Doc, where you at with Tua returning? Practice last 2 days?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a full go. I don't have any restrictions on him. I put out a chart yesterday, I think it was, about, I analyzed, or one of my guys analyzed, and I continue to analyze it, all of the quarterbacks over the past 4 years, somewhere around there, their history of concussions, their data up to that concussion, and their first game back. What did it show? And I analyzed it. It's on my page somewhere. And you can see there's 16, but Tua never came back, so I removed him from one of them. And you can see that 5 out of the 15 really struggled in their first game back, which is, it's not a huge sample size, but, 15 is not small. It's not like 2 people. The only player that did better after their concussion was Lamar Jackson, and that was a playoff game. I don't know, how much we can bear weight with that, but Anthony Richardson was a neutral. Pretty much everyone was worse. Most of the people were worse. So, that's not to predict what Tua is going to do. I just thought it was fascinating because we just assume, hey, they're fine. We don't have any restrictions and they don't have any dip. Well, they do have a dip, at least from a QB perspective. And there's 5, 6 currently active NFL quarterbacks that showed that they really struggled. You just had to extrapolate the fact that which day they had their concussion, and then obviously when they came back and kind of go from there. The average time missed was 1 game. No one missed more than 2 games. Tua was shut down, but there was only 2 games left, so hence the 2 games. But Tua was like a third of the 2+ games, so he made up most of that data. I think Carr was one of the other ones. But Tyreek popped up on the foot yesterday. We'll see what's going on with that. Waddle's been banged up a little bit of a quad. I think he's okay. But I think just in general, they're just going to look a lot better. They may not be full sequence and everything's perfect, but, you're going to see a dramatic difference between him and, between previously to
Huntley or whoever else they had playing. Yep. No.
Hey, Doc, where you at with CMC's return for the Niners who desperately need him back? Brock Purdy's proven that he's a bus rider, not a bus driver. And then where you at with Nick Chubb? Nick Chubb was seen doing some insane power clean and hang clean work after the knee. You notice this? I think it's.
Oh, I didn't see this one.
Yeah,
That's a throwback clip.
He's a freak, though. I mean, he's a freak.
older
So
is he ready to go though? Is that kid ready to go or no?
He played last week a little bit.
He played last week. He got a TD. I expect him to ramp up for about 2-3 more weeks. He's never been much of a receiver, so he's not going to get much third down work. But I didn't get to watch that game, unfortunately. Just what was available to me, it wasn't available. I didn't expect him to come in and smash. And they're a super pass funnel team, so now we'll see what they're going to do. I think he's going to look better with each week, but he's 29 now, coming off of a significant knee injury for the second time in his career. I'm not going to expect him to look like he's 24, like he's on top of the world again, but the kid's a freak. We know that. So would I put it past him to look pretty good compared to some of the other stuff we're seeing? No. As far as McCaffrey, they just gave us an update about 3 minutes ago. It popped up a second ago. He's green light, looking like a green light for week 10. Week 10. Again, with Puka, we didn't really know, and we can't really know with McCaffrey, but my suspicion is that it's going to be a kind of a split backfield between him and Mason. Maybe they use him a little bit more as a receiver to kind of avoid some of the pounding, especially if they have playoff aspirations. They're probably going to need him later. He's missed the first 9 games. They have a bye week, or 8 games, whatever it is. They have a bye week next week, I think it is, and they'll come back after that. Do I expect him to get 25 touches in the first game? No, but would it surprise me at the same time? No.
I have a question about another running back, Travis Etienne. Is he really hurt, or is he they're kind of keeping him out for trade bait? We got a Jaguars fan in the chat.
Good question. I was a little surprised he practiced last week, the first week after sustaining a hamstring strain.
Yeah,
they were in London, so I think maybe they just had him do something, but obviously he didn't play. Bixby looks good. Like, the kid is good. We thought he was going to be potentially good, and then maybe he was a bust, but no, he's pretty good. I don't know which way this is going to go. I don't think he's going to play this week. If he does, he's pretty high risk for re-injury, so we have to be careful there, like Mike Evans last week. Is it possible that they trade him? Yeah, I think it is, and I think teams may potentially pay a top dollar. He came into the season as looking like a top 5 to 8 running back, bell cow potential. It hasn't worked out this year. But realistically, I think that we don't really know. But I think he needs another week or two before he's good and not still increased risk for hamstring re-injury.
Lots of running backs are hurt. JB. I'm sorry. One more question on my end. Jonathan Taylor. Any updates on him?
It's looking like green light. We have back-to-back practices. Do I have reservations about him suffering a new injury? Yes, I do. But but at the same time, I think he's back. I think he's back. And if they can get a IR to look better, and actually start putting stuff together, maybe this team can start looking good. As from a fantasy perspective, you cannot trust any of the receivers right now with Richardson throwing. It's just, you can't. It's too much risk. If Taylor's out there, you're going to start him. If Richardson's out there, you kind of have to decide. I have him as my QB7 this week, but it's hard to trust him. It's just, for right now, it's hard to trust him.
For fantasy purposes, I'm with you. For real life purposes,
I get it.
Just win, baby, win. We got a big time divisional game against the Texans. We're 4-3. They're 5-2. We win.
Yep.
We flip that thing around. Big time.
Texans
game.
are not looking good without Collins. Like that pass game looks suspect. Right.
Hey Doc, you mentioned Mike Evans. I saw something that he's like a week 8 after the bye, so that would put it at I don't know.
10,
that put him out 4 weeks from now.
I think it's going to be at least 3, probably closer to 4. I think.
So is that just a bad strain? Tear,
yeah. He already had a grade 1. This is his 9th injury to his hamstring. I have data going back to 2014, somewhere around there. 2012. I don't know. I have to look, but I calculated the other day. Now, mind you, they could be in different spots. There are different things, but if there was a report of him dealing with a hamstring injury, it was on my record going back to college if I could find it. So that tells you that, he's a veteran. Like Julio, remember Julio Jones used to have hamstrings a lot. So, but he plays through them. he plays through them. Unfortunately, he played through this one and it backfired. So he turned a grade 1 into a grade 2, which is a partial tear, which is a big deal. Very high risk for re-injury. And realistically, he probably needs closer to 6 weeks. He won't do that, but he needs closer to 6 weeks to feel comfortable. But remember, he's going to be the alpha now with Godwin out. So, he's got to be a little bit smart here, because if not, they're going to struggle, I think, in the next week or two. Because they got McMillan, they got Palmer, they got Otten. Maybe they use White a little bit more, but they don't have any alpha. They went from 2 alphas to 0 alphas in a matter of 20 minutes.
What about Jaden Daniels?
So I think they're going to try to practice him today. I don't think he plays this week, which is so unfortunate. I wanted to see this matchup. He's my front runner for MVP right now. I know it sounds crazy, but you go from a dysfunctional franchise that couldn't hit the broadside of a barn to what are they, 5-2, somewhere around there? Competitive in every game. The kid's putting up monster stats. Looks like a seasoned veteran. Rib injury was fluky. I mean, it wasn't. He just landed on it kind of funny. And I think it's a rib. It's probably a rib cartilage fracture, which is what I call it. These are painful. These do not feel good. I don't think it's a fracture per se, because they basically said it wasn't. He could play this week. I just think it's a little risky, and you're kind of playing with fire, because then he could miss a couple weeks if he re-injures it. So I think they err on the side of caution, let Mariota play, unfortunately, and then they come back the following week, and he should be good to go that in week 9.
Man, that's
No
nuts,
doubt.
man. Everybody want to see that matchup, man.
Yeah, go ahead,
Go
Smitty. Any other updates you got before you get out of here? I know there's a lot of guys. You got 80 guys on your list, but
This is by far. People ask me this a bunch of times. This is by far the worst I've ever seen, without question. I don't ever remember going into the 80s. I've been doing this since 2017. Maybe full time 2018. So that's a lot of years to reference. Andy Dalton out with a thumb sprain, second to a car accident. Deontay Johnson might not play, or if he does play, he's going to be on Sertan, so probably not worth your time. As far as Will Levis, not quite ready yet. Montgomery got lucky. Bucky Irving's out with a turf toe, so Sean Tucker and Rachaad White probably going to split. White might do a lot more receiving. Tajay Spears and Jerome Ford, I don't think are ready this week. They could play. I just don't really trust them. I think Jonathan Brooks makes his debut next week. Stevenson should be better than last week. Chubb should get a little bit more work than last week. Ayuk, unfortunately, done for the year with that what we call a terrible triad, ACL, MCL, meniscus. Juwan Jennings still hasn't practiced yet, so maybe it's going to be a Pearsall, Cowing, and I think Debo plays, which is impressive, going from the hospital with pneumonia back in the field in less than a week. But it sounds like he was on the field yesterday. Kittle was on the field too, so we'll see how they end up playing out. Metcalf is going to probably try to go today, but I don't think he'll want to try, but I don't think he should play. That MCL is risky. One tackle on the outside of his knee, and he's going to re-injure it, and he also threatens his ACL too, so it's not worth the risk. Tyreek, I don't know about his foot. It just popped up. I'm assuming he's going to play. He usually does. Zay Flowers did suffer that what looked like a high ankle. He played pretty much the rest of the game, didn't really get any volume except for that one backwards pass that was a fumble or whatever it was. He hasn't practiced yet this week. So even if he does play, it's going to be hard to trust him. Rashad Bateman looked really good last week. Andrews hasn't had more than 4 targets yet in a while, but he's obviously caught some balls. But so we'll have to see how that plays out. Braxton Berrios unfortunately tore his ACL for downfield of the Dolphins. Juju's out with a hammy. Demario Douglas should be healthy with his illness. And then we had, hell of a game last night from Puka Nacua, surprisingly. Chris Olave should be back. Jaden Reed will be fine. We don't know about Quentin Johnson and Ladd McConkey. Both are banged up, as is Will Dissly, so they're kind of running out of guys to throw to there. We should see Malik Neighbors have a better week this week because of his groin strain. Jacoby Myers went from practicing to not practicing, so that one's a little tricky. Hard to trust anyone on that team except for Bowers. And then I think Kittle plays. Jontavian Sanders, the young kid from tight end from the Carolina Panthers, has a groin and a wrist. Tough matchup. hard to really trust them. Taysom Hill likely makes his return this week from multiple rib fractures. Dallas Goedert probably out with a hammy. And we will probably see Hawkinson next week. Everyone else, Ingram, is healthier with each week. Those are the main guys that I'm focused on.
Hey, Doc, real quick before you get out of here, I want to correlate this with you real quick. James Wiseman, NBA kid, a young kid, 21-year-old kid, tore his Achilles officially. His Achilles is done. There's already like 46 kids that have been hurt and are out tonight in the NBA. Let me ask you, now that we've brought up turf, we've brought up all these things on the NFL side of the Achilles tears. It's happening in basketball too now.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen it. I've never seen Achilles torn like this at a young age, especially at a young age. Is there any, like, what are you tying the dots here, connecting them at all? Or is there any conspiracies out here? Like, what is it?
I thought Wiseman was a little older, but
yeah.
He's
like mid-20s, probably 24, probably 23.
23, yeah, you're right. You're right, 23. I thought he was a little older. Maybe he's just one of those. I was
He
thinking
got out of college, ain't he? He didn't play. He went right to the league, didn't he?
That's why. Because I'm like, I remember him being in Golden State. But he, either way. So traditionally, we used to see these in older 20s, early 30s. Remember Durant. Remember Kobe. These are usually later in their careers, not early 20s. You saw Dobbins obviously have it in NFL. We saw Akers have it twice. But then we saw comparison. You saw Rodgers have it at 39 basically.
Yeah.
And then you saw Cousins having it 35, somewhere around there. So traditionally we don't see it early in the 20s. You can obviously get it. This is going to sound funny, and we talked about this whatever day it was last week or earlier this week. I think a combination of some of their training, some of their foods, some of the inflammatory foods, I think back-to-backs, but we didn't see this type of stuff. At least, I wasn't really old enough to appreciate it, but in the 80s and early 90s, I don't remember it being this prevalent. So I don't know why. I wish I knew why. I don't know why it's happening.
Yeah. It feels like, we talked about this even last season. It does feel like Achilles injury specifically has just increased so much in the last, 5 years or so. I never used to hear about it. When I played it, it was ACL, it was at an all-time high. It was MCLs. Those were the common injuries for the knee. But I never used to hear about somebody tearing their. I don't remember having a teammate. Now that I look back in high school or college who tore their Achilles. I really don't. I don't think I ever had one.
Yeah, as I said, it wasn't very common. And people were messaging me, but sometimes I do NBA content. And you saw it looked like a calf. It didn't look like when you see an Achilles, you see that snap. Yeah. You see them grab their leg, oh my God. He was like, yeah, you could see him kind of hopping over, but I'm like, yes, they called it a calf. And I'm like, left calf strain likely, but I can't rule out the Achilles just given the nature of the position and with these guys. And he doesn't even have that many shots on him, right? He's not that young. He's not that old enough to have that many.
Right.
I injected one 3 days ago. Mm-hmm. These hurt. These are not comfortable injections. This tissue is it's a lot of stress. There's a ton of tension going through this tissue. And some guys have interstitial tears. There's a watershed area about an inch or two above the where it attaches to the heel. Just doesn't heal well. These guys, and I tell the people this, we talked about this a couple months ago. You need to scan this stupid tendon with an ultrasound. And if you have to, especially you high-level athletes, you have to be proactive with this. This is a devastating injury. 20-minute ultrasound, spend a couple G's on PRP or stem cells, and prevent this damn thing from ever tearing. It will save you millions of dollars and a year of stress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's low testosterone. These motherfuckers are low T. But anyway,
I think that plays a role too. I wouldn't be surprised. I think there's a lot of things to it.
I'm telling you, that's a real thing. No one wants to talk about that one. Let me ask you, D-Hop, is he going to be good to go for the Chiefs before you get out of here?
Yeah, that knee, it'll linger a little bit, but I'm not really worried about it. I think overall, great spot, great price. I'm happy for him. I'm hoping he can get a ring. He's had a hell of a career Dude's a baller. He's kind of like Mike Evans. He will play through anything if he can. And now, like, I can't remember the last time that, if ever, that Mahomes had a true X that was just a ball, like a dog. Like, just, I know he's a little older, but it was a quarterback play in Tennessee. So, he's probably not going to be amazing this week, but he has another reliable target that actually is a big dude. Like, like Rashee Rice is awesome, but he's not the same stature, right? Hollywood Brown he's my size. Like, he's not a big dude. So, you're putting Hopkins in there, who's monster, who's been a beast for 10 years now.
Great hands,
So we'll see. I think it's going to be nice. He's going to have another outlet, and hopefully they can turn it around, because Mahomes, I think, has more interceptions than touchdowns.
He does,
despite being undefeated, right?
Leads the league in picks. It's crazy. Hey, Diop woke up 1-5, going to bed tonight 6-0. Crazy, huh?
and he still makes the same money.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, Doc, man, always a pleasure. I appreciate you coming out. We'll see you Tuesday with all the updates, and have a good weekend.
All right, take care, guys.
All right, brother.
Peace.
We ain't even started the show.
It's time, man, for my favorite segment of the day, quote of the day, brought to you by BetUS.
What up, what up, what up? I am here for BetUS. BetUS is now powering the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty as our proud new sponsor. Head on over to BetUS today and bet all things Major League Baseball. We're in the thick of the playoffs. NBA is getting ready to start up, and the NFL is right dab in the middle of the season. You can bet it all on BetUS. Short, fast, skinny, tall, they bet it all. And make sure you use my promo code CoachJB and get you 150% off, up to $2,000 on your first bet, and up to 125% off on your second and third bet if you choose to do so. Plus, you get insurance protection and gambler's protection on both second and third bets. So make sure you head on over to betus.com, use my promo code CoachJB, and make it happen. BetUS, the best offshore book in the business. Head on over there today. Is our proud new sponsor, the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. BetUS. Go check it out. Peace. Yeah, I was just dropping some bars over here on TikTok.
I
But anyway,
can hear it somehow, yeah.
I was just telling them I would never try to rap. This shit fake as hell, corny.
Let's dive into a lot of rappers from Compton actually rap and change their lives from that. Gang,
not white.
Kendrick
Not
Lamar,
white.
a lot
Not
of real
white.
ones.
Not white people, though. Contrary to belief, quote of the day brought to you by BetUS. I want to reiterate BetUS so Smitty knows who it is. Smitty, stop asking me to trust you when I'm still coughing up water from when you let me drown.
You already done showed me who you was.
Stop asking me to trust you when I'm still coughing up water. You let me drown already.
Come on now.
Man, contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there, use the promo code CoachJB. Smitty, strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you once thought you could not do.
Stop. Get out my face.
Contrary to belief.
Get out my face, man. Listen, that is the epitome of my career in football. I was a late bloomer. Didn't start playing till 8th grade. I was horrible. I was on the third string. Got to high school. I was late bloomer. Like, it took me a while to really get it going. Finally, junior year, I started to figure things out, and things started to happen for me because I didn't give up. I overcame those obstacles and those things that used to be difficult, but then became my strength. JB, you are absolutely 100% correct in what you just stated. Overcoming those shortcomings is what builds character and what builds strength. I love that right there. Top 11.
Poll question brought to you by Let's dive into the poll question, Smitty, and we'll get it going. We didn't take calls yesterday. We'll try to fit you guys in today because we got a loaded lineup today, but we'll try to get you in before we take a break real quick. I got to get coffee and take a little. Poll question. That was the worst no call in NFL history last night. Sam Darnold face mask. Smitty, I'm a Rams fan, obviously. I'm a Matthew Stafford fan. I'm all that shit. But I've also predicted Sam Darnold would have the year that he's having. I don't believe anybody else has predicted that but me. But anyway, the call is atrocious. The NFL should be ashamed, and I don't want to see an advantage by another call. I don't care if I'm a fanboy of a team or not, but that's what we have. We have all these betting heads out here who are fanboys who don't know football, who, if they're a Rams fan last night, they're just saying, you know what they say today? Well, it happens. Ha, Rams got the win. Real football guys are going to sit here and say, that is egregious. That is atrocious. There's two referees literally looking at it. I have a picture I sent Bailey from the end zone copy from somebody. Smitty, the white hat's right fucking. What are you looking at, white hat? What can you possibly be looking at if you tell me? Because the quote is, he said he didn't see it. And there's another ref to the right, or to our left, my left, your left too. That was looking there too. So, look at that ref right back there.
Yep.
What's he looking at? Two refs, homie, are looking at the play. And guess what? Can that clip continue, Bailey? Did you watch him after he sacked him? Let's see if it shows it.
Yeah, he put his hands on his head like,
He knew he got a penalty. He knew he face masked the guy. He goes like this.
Yeah.
He knew that he face masked him. Here's the crazy question I have, Smitty, for you before you answer the question, the original poll question. Let me ask another question before we get too deep in this. Aren't all scoring plays reviewed?
Scoring plays, yes.
That was a scoring play.
No, it wasn't.
It was a safety, homie.
You a bad boy.
Huh.
You a bad boy.
Well, what do I know?
You a bad boy.
But what do I know?
Maybe that's the loophole within the rules. I don't know. But listen,
so we can review a targeting call, though, Smitty, for fucking 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But we can't call up and say, hey, this is pretty bad. We missed this. We got to be right. We got to make it right. As we fuck up, people fuck up, own it, right? Own it, whatever. If I have replay, baseball's added replay. Fucking everyone's adding replay. Why would you ruin a game? If that was a Super Bowl, Smitty, or a playoff to go to the, let's just say, let's be real. It's an NFC title game, and that's good to go to the Super Bowl. Come on, dog. There's riots happening right now. Like, this is the issue I have. Why wouldn't you review it? Oregon and the NCAA just changed the rule week of. A rule that was circumvented by Dan Lanning that we've all used in coaching. Now all of a sudden, it got so much attention, they changed it.
Right.
The NFL can't do the same thing literally during the fucking show. Don't make sense, man.
Listen, it's a horrible no call. It's obvious it should have been a face mask. I was there live when I saw it. Does it bother me? Do I think it's the worst non-call in NFL history? No, because the stakes weren't large enough. It's a regular season game. They're 5-2. They still control their destiny. And let's be real, the game was over. They were down 8 points. I think it was under a minute left, if I'm not mistaken. They got to drive the entire field, not just get a field goal, not just get a touchdown. Got to get the 2-point conversion. Let's keep it real. With no timeouts remaining, the game was over. I'm sorry. If this was a situation where they were, in actual scoring position and, at a timeout or did it was a playoff, like I need more things going on for me to say this is the first non-call in NFL history. There's been so many bigger non-calls when the stakes actually matter the most. I saw D Jones comment here and reminded me of a big time non-call. What was it, the Saints and Rams years ago when I think it was it Robbie or Toby Coleman or something like that? Clearly fucking tackled the Saints wide receiver before the ball got there, and they never called pass interference. That was a big moment in a playoff game that literally changed the direction of the game. So that's just something that comes off the top of the head, but it's been way more moments just over the years when you think about bigger time games and situations like that. So listen, was it a bad non-call? Yes, but it didn't change nothing. The game was over.
I guarantee you'd have a different take if that was IR5 and the Colts driving down. There's a minute 30 left in the game, Smitty. That's more than half the comebacks in the NFL under a minute or under 2 minutes. That's the actual frame. A minute 30. There's more than enough time in the NFL. NFL minute 30 gets you down there rather easily nowadays, statistically speaking. Mina Kimes and everybody out there will break down. That a minute 30 is more than enough time. More than enough time. So I don't buy that at all. And if it was anybody else, and that's my point. These talking heads out here who only have a fan perspective, meaning their team's only involved or their team lost, they're just going to dismiss it. No, I'm a football guy. A minute 30 is plenty of time for a guy like Sam Darnold, who's proven that he's better than everyone thought he was with a real organized structure around him. And Justin Jefferson, and we're just going to call it, throw the white flag in with a minute 30? What? No, he had an opportunity. That's a foul play by the NFL. That is a foul, egregious miscall.
Game was over. Listen. The momentum was all the way on the round side. You know, being in that arena, feeling the energy. It was a wrap. The game was over. I hear it. You're right. They had a chance, technically speaking, but the game was over. It is what it is. They're okay. They're 5-2. I'm not gonna sit here and cry about it. If they wanted to win the game, they should have made more plays earlier in the game. Should have played better on defense. They should have scored earlier. There's missed calls all throughout the game. Obviously, we're going to highlight those moments late in the game when they're right in your face. But if we go through it and get the all 22 and we go through and really watch it, there's probably 10 missed holding calls, pass interferences all throughout. Refs are going to miss calls every game. You as a player and a coach got to put yourself in position to where the refs don't control your destiny. So
you know how many times they throw the football up and get PIs? They put the ball right at the 30, and another PI puts the ball at the 30, and there's not even a fucking 30 seconds off the clock. You know how many times we've seen that this year? So to say the game is over is a little irresponsible as a sports reporter that you are right now.
No, I'm just a sports opinionist. I'm giving my opinion. So I'm not a reporter. I don't write. I don't do no journalism.
You're a journalist.
Give my opinion. I'm not a journalist. You're a journalist. All right. Steve Kim's a journalist, homie.
I'm a journalist, homie.
You ain't right. You ain't wrote shit since your book 10 years ago.
I wrote a book, and that automatically allows me to be on ESPN, and I should be there with Mina Kimes, right?
You love ESPN so much. I don't even watch ESPN, so I don't know what that even is.
We're influencers.
No, that's what we are. We are sports influencers. We are content creators. And we are opinionists. Those are literally, cover your face all you want, shake your head, remove your hat. That's what you are. That's what you are.
We're sports debaters.
No, debate TV is old. That doesn't work no more. That every debate show you ever seen has shifted. First Take's not the same anymore like they used to be. Undisputed, our old show, they dropped that. Because that's not what fans want to see. Fans want to see great dialogue. Now, within great dialogue, there's naturally some disagreement and some debate. But the actual forming of a face-to-face debate show, that's old. Out with the old, in with the new. We are sports opinionists who sometimes disagree. Sometimes we agree. We're entertainers. We bring funny stuff. We bring real stuff. We the realest show. That's what we are. We the realest host in sports.
Hey, does Mina Kimes have a best-selling book?
I don't. You tell me. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you damn know. You're her number one fan. You know everything about Mina, good and bad. You tell me, homie.
She's on the thumbnail. I don't know if you looked at the thumbnail, homie, before you start the show. You know who has a best-selling book?
Who?
Me.
Shout out to you.
So I should be.
What makes the book a bestseller? Like, what's the actual what's the breakdown? I don't know.
It's first of all, if you want to be like a New York bestseller, that's another level. That's 100,000 minimum sales, and then you have to have a 5-star what is it, reviews?
Got you. Yeah.
So that's a New York bestseller. I was a bestseller in my genre. So I was the number one football biop books bestseller. And you know what was number 2?
Who?
Tom Brady.
Really?
Crazy, huh? You know who 3 was?
Who?
Tony Dungy.
My Tony Dungy?
Yeah, true story. That's crazy, huh? I got told that. I was like, you lying. Under buyout. Like, make sure we're clear here. This isn't like Tom Brady's, book that he wrote later that obviously those guys have sold more books than me.
Yeah.
It was under the actual football biopic.
And that's still great. That's
category.
still
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah. Much better than Mina, though, and she's talking big time on ESPN.
Big money, too. And shout out to her, man. Taking care of her family, doing what she loves.
That's what she, we broke down a resume that we had to research during the show yesterday.
You got to research anybody. I don't know these people's life. I don't care about them that much.
That was her thing, right? Like she was a writer.
She was a writer. She started in the business world. She wasn't even working in sports. And then I think started, transitioning to sports.
Hell of a resume. Hell of a resume to now listen to her talk cover 2, though. Huh.
Hey, I went from inside sales, working at a recruiting firm to.
You played. No, you went from D-line.
6 months later, I was on TV with Marcellus Wiley and Whitlock and Michael Vick.
Make sure we're clear. You went from playing D-line to inside sales.
Yeah.
Mina didn't. Mina didn't take a 3-step drop and then go to be a writer and then come out and tell me about fucking quarterback play. That's the difference you don't grasp. I don't get it. But you know what I do get? I got to go get me a coffee and take me a piss. And we'll be back with Matt McChesney right after this. What up, man? This is a proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. And it is First Round Performance.
Yeah.
Make sure you head on over to firstroundperformance.com. We got the merch, the gear. They are top-notch company.
High quality, JB. All about the quality here. Workout gear, exclusive gear. What's that right there, JB?
By the way, nobody else in the country or the world has this short right here. You can put this short on. It helps your back. It helps your hamstrings, helps your quads as you work out.
What?
You can wear these right underneath your workout shorts or what have you. It's kind of like a girdle, but very, very comfortable. Shorts Against Syndrome. It's SAFS. Go head on over there and check it out. First Round Performance.
JB, they got workout bands. They got ankle weights.
What's this?
What's in that box?
All kind of good.
It's our first time seeing this.
What's this?
I'm nervous. What's that?
A 40-yard dash electric timer. You can go get your workout on with the light and the strobe, the whole deal. Firstroundperformance.com.
Oh, you just turned it on, JB.
Bam.
You want that smoke?
Go check it out.
I know you ain't trying to race me,
I might
JB.
race Smitty and smoke him.
You ain't trying to race me. You scared of that life.
Yeah, this is the real deal. You guys got to go check it out. Firstroundperformance.com. Head on over there. Proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show.
Nice, JB.
With Big Smitty. And
this is mine, right?
hell yeah. Listen, their premium gear, including the revolutionary SAFS shorts I just showed you, are expertly designed by a leading orthopedic surgeon to align your hips and relieve your pain. It is trusted by athletes and active individuals alike, whether you are pushing your limits with their high-quality resistance bands, as Smitty just showed you, or boosting recovery with the powerful dual-spectrum red light therapy devices that I just showed you. First Round Performance delivers the tools needed to stay at the top of your game. Whether aiming for peak performance or simply wanting to live pain-free, they've got you covered. Visit firstroundperformance.com or shop on Amazon today. They just launched their AmazonStore.com, their Amazon store. This is out there, First Round Performance on Amazon. And so go help them out and grab some performance gear today. And please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Go First Round.
Go First Round, baby.
The promo code will be Coach JB. So check that out and head on over there today.
Get right, baby. First Round, the highest quality.
First Round Performance, go get you some merch.
Ooh, I like this shirt. I like this shirt, JB.
Peace.
Let's bring up what Mel Kiper said this morning on Get Up on ESPN. JB's going to love this. Check it out.
Get up from there. Now that we've sort of set the table for exactly what your problem is with it, how would you try and solve it?
Well, I grew up with the best of the National Football League, 60s, 70s, into the 80s. You're talking about deep shots, right? The go route, the 9-route post. You're talking about Terry Bradshaw in a Super Bowl hitting John Stallworth. You see Leroy Irvin diving, right, just off his fingertip. There's the receiver. They laid it out there, right? Hit the receiver in stride, 65-yard touchdown. It's a beautiful thing to watch. That's what I want to see brought back to the National Football League. Okay, check down kings, bubble screen sensations, boring football. Game manager, I get it, but I want to see those deep shots. That's what the NFL was built on. I grew up with John Unitas, Fran Tarkington, Ken Stabler, Darryl LaMonica. You know, you talk about quarterbacks, Joe Namath. It was just right. Brett Favre when he was doing what he did. Burt Jones with the Baltimore Colts. You think about those quarterbacks who would throw the ball down the field. I said what Bradshaw did with Stallworth and Swan, Roger Staubach. That's what I want to see brought back. Say, well, you can't do that, right? Well, you got a 5-yard rule with the cornerbacks, right? The Mel Blount rule, right? Now with the push thing with Hurts, you got to be a yard back now. So don't tell me you can't have those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage than they are. I was at games where I'm thinking, hey, too high? They're out in outer space. I couldn't even find us. They're playing with 9 guys, right? Where are the other 2? Oh, the other 2, they're so daggone far back, and even though they're part of the damn play. I'm telling you, we got to change this thing, and we got to have, hey, you can warn them. They come up, hey, guys, you got to get up a little bit, right? You're too far back. Warn those safeties, but you got to figure out, competition committee, somebody, Dano, somebody's got to figure out what that depth is, but it's too far back right now. The NFL is being ruined by these too high safeties.
I'm dying, homie, watching that ESPN, dog.
Yeah. I know I argue with JB a lot, but not on this one. Not on this one.
There's no way, homie, that was just said.
That was just said, homie.
There's no way that was said.
That was just said, homie. He said they gotta make a rule to where the refs will force the safeties to be closer to the line of scrimmage so we can see more deep threat, the big time plays that he used to see when he was growing up in the 70s and the 80s, homie. I can't even, as a defensive player, homie, I can't even begin to think of how to respond to that.
Baby, can you take me to the board?
We back, JB, man. Talk to it. What's on your mind right now? What's going through your head after watching that clip of Mel Kiper?
Damn, I don't even know where to begin, dog. I don't even want to yell or nothing, man. It's just so fucking dumb. Like, the big narrative. See, you don't believe me, though. The fucking fake agendas that get pushed. Mel Kiper saying to take the safety. Who sits right here at 10 to 12 yards normally. They're saying that's too deep. So now we have to cater to the offense even fucking more. Move them up here, and it has to be a referee behind them. Get up. Move up. So now you want the safeties at 5 fucking yards, Mel Kiper? You fucking idiot. Never been right on the draft yet? You said Ryan Leaf was the guy, you fuck! Now we want safeties at 5 fucking yards? So you can throw a post to fucking Stallworth in 1967, you fucking toupee-wearing motherfucker! Holy fuck, you guys on ESPN are fucked, man! Now we have to dictate to the quarterback and quarterback. Please, I know we're all so shitty, but let's blame cover 2 the fucking times. You fucking idiot! Dan Orlovsky, you should have came on my show, motherfucker. You fuck me. You don't know shit either, sitting there in them tight-ass skinny jean pants. You fucks! You motherfuckers don't know football. Get me on there, motherfuckers. You guys fuck!
Yeah! Mel Kiper ain't been right on a damn draft since who? Since who? I don't know. Big Matt McChesney is going to join us. We're going to talk about some Colorado Cincinnati, some USC players who are committed, quote unquote, to USC, taking a visit to Colorado. Why? You're committed. I don't get why you commit. It's fucking unbelievable. Like, see, if I'm SC, I drop them. I'm just telling you. It's crazy. Like, hey, baby, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to fuck this broad I meet at the store too, okay? Don't get mad at me. It's all right, right? I could double dip. I can stick my little wee-wee in some other little pussy if I can. Like, I don't get it, homie. I don't get it. I was talking to myself, Smitty. What's up?
You all right, homie?
Yeah, I was just acting as if I had a girlfriend, and I told her I was gonna go fuck another broad. At the, if it's cool, because I was committed to her. But then I was like, if I get out and I like some other shit, I'm not committed no more. I was just saying if my girl would be cool with it.
JB, have you ever had a threesome before?
Yeah.
How'd you like it? Did you like it or not? I've never had one.
It's not a big deal to me. It's not a real thing. I'd rather have the two bitches suck my dick.
I mean, that's still a threesome technically. Like, it's just different.
No, I'm saying that's what I'd rather shoot for when I did the threesome thing.
Than doing like the full blown like.
Yeah, okay. I'm not into like I don't. Most of the time, I've had some other ones recent that weren't like my girl.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I used to have like my girl. Then so I wasn't. So to me, I was like, I ain't gonna fuck this other bra. But
I know what you mean, like, cause like that's still your main. You care about her, and you don't want to like mentally, like you said, if you what if you like that shit a little too much? Now you all. That's what you're saying. So
now it wasn't about me liking her too much. It was just the fact that she gets to see me do that to someone else. I was like, I'm not do it. Yeah, so I wasn't gonna do that because I think that's gonna ruin it.
Got you.
Down the line. But most of the time I dick though.
Got you.
Together, 2 mouths together right there. Point of attack at the point of attack.
Point of attack, just
like pressing, it's like pressing the point man in Trips bunch. I gotta press
hands.
The point.
Good hands.
Yeah, and then 4 hands too.
Yep.
That's what it takes.
Tight grip, good hands.
That's what it takes for mine anyway. 4 hands. So
great
it's like,
motion.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like. And then the 2 broads kissing while they doing that.
Oh, that's the game changer.
Yeah.
Now, because visually seeing that, it's like now it makes you feel, you know what I mean? Because people don't know the bedroom, 90% of it's mental. You know, like you gotta be in it.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to reach into the fan favorite bag.
Dive into that real quick. Dive into that. Educate the
viewers. What up, Cam? Huh?
Educate the viewers when you say that. Educate the viewers.
Fan favorite bag?
Yeah, educate the viewers.
It's like like I gotta go back in my thought process and think about something that I did or somebody that did something to me or a little porn I watched. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free game, y'all. Free game Friday.
Free game Friday, man. But you know what? I would turn down like if Mina, L. Duncan, and Sarah Spain all wanted to do that to me, I would be like, hell no, get your ass up out of here. I'm going on a Colorado visit. But that's just me. Got to be selective, Smitty. Can't just have anybody always talking about it. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be selective. Got to be selective. Got to be sexy. It got to be like sex appeal to it. I got to be turned on by it. You know what I'm saying?
Hello?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Is what it is.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Smitty, I've had a foursome too.
No way.
Yeah.
Now, for clarity, when you say foursome, you mean just for clarity. I know what you mean, but for clarity, you and 3 other women. You're not saying like you and the homie took down 2 others.
Nah.
Right.
Me and the homie had one girl. You know him too, my boys. But we had this one girl, but she smelled so bad.
Y'all was high-fiving and shit. Like y'all was high-fiving.
Yeah, I had a Douse Maker's Mark on the pussy because it smelled so bad. I had to put Maker's Mark on it because my homeboy had a girl and he had to get home to it. Yeah, whiskey. Whiskey will kill a lot of like 151. We had to put some 151 on it. serious. Dead serious. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's when I put it in her face.
The story just keeps getting better and better. He said, me and the homie, boom. It stunk, boom. We had to put Maker's Mark, boom. 151, boom. I'll put it in her face, boom. Like, I don't know what's going to be next. Like, it just keeps building up. Every time you say something, it gets, like, crazier and crazier. That's insane.
Because Spree was, like, behind, like, doing that. And then he was like, oh, fuck. And I was laughing so hard, I put it in her face.
And then what happened next? I kept going.
She didn't stop. She didn't stop. She was sucking, you know. She was, anyway, we got a guest here, man. He's driving, so he's headed, I don't know, headed to Cincinnati or home to the game, whatever it is. Or maybe he got booted out. He was driving. Matt is driving. He got booted out. Let's see if he pops in.
Hey, while we waiting, everybody in the chat, share your craziest story in the chat, and then later on, well, you know, we might highlight something. We might call you on. It's Free Game Friday. I'm sorry, Bailey. It's Free Game Friday. We're going to get a little crazy on the Friday. Don't get mad at me, Bailey. But put your craziest story in the comments. We're going to read them later. JB farting in girls' faces now, homie.
It wasn't like
some women like that.
It was one of them. Were you laughing so hard, dog? It was like
she probably got pink eye, homie. After that, I guarantee she had pink eye, homie.
My shit smells good. So anyway,
homie, you drink whiskey, smoke cigars. Your shit smells horrible in barbecue. Oh my God, brutal.
My shit gorgeous.
All right, baby girl said, stop being with stinky kitty. Yuck.
Unfortunately, baby girl, 99% of y'all have it.
And baby girl, to JB's defense, you don't know until you know. Like, you know, girl probably look bad on the outside.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You don't know.
It's crazy though. 99% of women have it. Well, I don't get it. Like, you don't understand. I gotta. If my balls were sweating and I played hoop all day long, consciously, I'm gonna be like, all right, I've been playing hoop. I'm gonna go wash my shit, and then I'm gonna smell my shit to make sure my shit don't smell. I don't understand that the females, y'all really don't have access to just that don't help.
It's actually easier for a woman to really like smell themselves just based upon how the construction of the vagina is. Like, it should be easy.
Cause like I've had back in my day.
When you say 99%, so based upon your percentage, that means majority of the women who watch our show, based upon your percentage, probably got a little situation going on. Based upon your percentage.
I didn't say that. See,
you said no. We ain't gonna backtrack. We done really show up on the earth. You said 99% of women. That means only 1% don't smell. So that means out of your percentage, we have like 7 women who watch our show. Based upon your percentage, probably 6 of them got a little situation based upon what you're saying.
What I'm asking is, how do you not know? I want to know how, because I've had broads come over to the house and then like almost smell it through their shit.
Oh, now that.
Yeah, like back in the day, like when I was younger, I had a broad get in the car.
Real bad.
And I was like, what the fuck? She got jeans on. Like, how's that shit coming through the jeans? I couldn't imagine taking them jeans off.
Maybe she was just musty and her underarms was stinking and you thought it was coming from.
Oh, no. It wasn't that. I know the difference. Yeah, I've been around. I know the difference.
From the jeans, homie?
Like, you got to almost go to the doctor, right? And get like, it's got to be like a major problem, right?
No, if it's through the jeans, you shouldn't be fucking with her. You should have got kicked her out the car, homie.
Oh, no, that was definitely that happened. But I'm saying, like, she needs to go doctor, right?
Yeah, immediately. It's probably like an emergency. Like, she might have... Never mind.
You know, I'm getting a license plate, dog. I'm getting a custom plate for the boat trailer.
What you getting on there? What's it going to say? No, you not.
Real shit got approved.
You getting Badussy.
Badussy.
For all the young people in the chat who's 16, 17, 18, 19, tell them what that means.
Matt's here. Matt's driving. Let's bring him in.
Big Matt in the building.
What's happening?
Where you headed?
I just parked. I just got to the gym, so.
Oh. Appreciate you jumping out real quick with us. Give some
man.
updates.
Sorry about that.
No,
I don't want to hold you up. No, you're good. It's all busy. We don't hold you up. Hey, Badussy, I'm getting a license plate on my boat trailer. It says Badussy, and it got approved.
Booty, ass, and pussy?
Booty.
Balls, dick, and pussy. But yeah.
Or booty, dick, and pussy. Everybody say it differently.
Yeah.
Whatever. Smells like sex.
On how to be a player, Bernie Mac said booty, dick, and pussy. So,
That my favorite line from that movie is when he goes and stands next to the bitch outside, and she's like 6 foot and he's 5'2", and he goes, "How about me, fucking you, in your ass in the rain? Oh, you don't like the rain, huh?"
I forgot about that line.
That's a fucking classic one right there.
Yeah,
hell yeah. Hey, so you guys got Cincinnati this week, looking to go 6-2. Before we talk about that, you're at home. Obviously, you've had a luxury of a favorable schedule so far at home. By home and away games, I'm talking about. Your games are at home. I know you got to go to Lubbock, I believe. You got to go to.
Yep.
You got to go to
Arrowhead.
Yeah, I think you go to Utah, don't you?
No, so they've got Cincinnati at home, 8:15 tomorrow. They have a bye. They go to Lubbock. I don't know what time kickoff is, but it's national TV again. Then they have Utah at home. Then they go to Kansas at Arrowhead, so it's like a neutral site game. And then they have Oklahoma State at home. So honestly,
damn.
I mean, and they got Kansas State at home. So the schedule really lined up for CU to have success this year. I'm not just saying this because I'm a homer. If they win Saturday night, and when they win Saturday night, I think they're a 10-win team. I really do. I think that they can close out the year 10-2.
Man, let me ask you this real quick. Out of the home games you guys have remaining that you just listed, if Big Smitty and his wife was to come to one of those games, which one would you suggest from a fan standpoint, experience standpoint, that we come out to?
Either Utah, because Utah's beatable this year, and it's a nice rivalry game for us. But I would say Oklahoma State.
Okay.
Man, I know that's the Thanksgiving Day weekend, but that's gonna be a closeout game and a chance to maybe play for a Big 12 title, because I just don't see, after watching Iowa State and BYU play, I think everybody in the Big 12 is going to end up with 1 or 2 losses. And Kansas State plays Iowa State the last game of the season. That's going to be maybe for a spot in the Big 12 title game. BYU still has to play UCF. They have to play Utah. They've got some hard games on their docket coming up too. So chaos could ensue, but I would think that the Oklahoma State game at the end of the year, since you guys can't make this one because this is the Halloween game and it's going to be awesome. Yeah. But I'd say Oklahoma State at the end of the year would probably be the best one.
Copy that.
Hey, so you guys are at home hosting recruits. In the news, USC has a couple kids that have committed, quote unquote, to USC, are headed to Colorado. I despise this type of shit, but give me your take on this whole thing from the kids' perspective before Colorado. As Colorado perspective, I'm not mad at all. I try to steal everybody's bits. If I'm the kid, I think that it's a fucking joke. I just think that this is why college football is kind of getting to be less interesting for me, because don't commit then. Just stay open, dog. It's like, I got this broad Matt. I'm with her, but I'm going to go to titty bar, and if I fuck something, girl, don't be mad at me. I just don't get it from the kids' perspective. You coach them every day. You train them every day. Where are you at? This is just the new norm, I guess, huh?
Well, no, I mean, this has been going on forever. People get flip and switch and get offered by somebody else late and go there. Look, in the mercenary era of football, I don't have a problem with any of this. And in fact, I encourage it and I leverage it every day. That's how guys get offered. That's how guys get money. That's how guys get paid. You can't just sit there and be nice. This is not a nice guy game. It's not a nice guy business. It's not a nice guy shit. If you don't stand up for yourself and advocate for yourself and leverage yourself and your opportunities, you'll end up with your dick in your hand. The guys that are committed to SC's struggling. They don't look very good. CU is on the top of the world. So if they can flip them and get them here, then you've got your starting quarterback for next year, and Coach Prime can keep this bitch rolling. So
if I'm SC, Matt, if I'm the coach at SC though, and I drop these motherfuckers, you don't have a problem with that either, then, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I was.
The thing about the players have the leverage though, so like, yeah, you can drop us, but I mean that's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt me. I'm a 5-star. Now, if I'm a 2-star guy with 2 scholarships, then that fucks me over. But if I'm a 5-star guy, Julian Lewis has every offer in the nation.
Matt,
Okay,
you're muted, Matt. Matt, you're muted, I think.
Yeah, you're muted, Matt. Somebody probably tried to call him and it probably messed up his speaker. It happens to me all the time. That's the one thing with StreamYard that I don't like.
Yeah. Matt, you might have to just restart your phone.
You probably got to hop back in.
Hop off and end it and call right back in real quick.
Yeah. It's not your fault, Matt.
Matt's technology based.
Yes. But no, it's not his fault though. When people call you, like if you're on your phone, it like fucks up everything. I don't know why it does that.
Here's the thing though. If Dion also at the end of the day says, you know what, we're not gonna go with you, and SC drops them because they went on this visit, that is how you get the shit back in the coach's favor.
But why would Dion, like, why would Colorado and USC work together? You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like
it ain't working together. It's just Matt. You hear me?
Yeah,
I got you. It's not working together. Matt and I have talked about this before. Like to me, if we're gonna continue this rogue business of mercenaries and all this shit, at some point when the portal opens and all these kids enter it, and let's say there's a 90% of them are shitbirds. The coaches that are going to dive into the portal to take that shitbird is the guy I'm talking about in this instance. He needs to stop taking the shitbird. And that will it'll start to cut and bring this back to some sort of order, in my opinion. If you continue to take the shitbird, though, like Alabama cuts a kid, he goes in the portal, and Baylor takes him, and he's an absolute shitbird. He's been on record. He got a case and all this old shit. It's just going to continue because we got to keep up with the Joneses, to your point. Yeah. I'm saying cut them. It's not a working together, SC and Colorado working together.
But that's different because right now you're talking portal. This is just a straight up just recruits just choosing their school. People have been decommitting forever.
Yeah.
I mean, look. I also, and we've talked about this several times. I struggle with I've watched coaches be mercenaries for 100 years and go wherever they want, whenever they want. And now the kids can do it. And it stirs up feelings. Like I was in the barbershop last night. I know I look good. And I was talking to a parent that was just in there with her kid, and we were talking about football, and they noticed me and yada, yada, yada. And she was like, I hate all the transferring and yada, yada. And I looked at her and I go, does your kid play? And she goes, yeah. And I go, would you want him to get paid for playing? She goes, yeah. And I go, so what are you talking about? This is a business. Like there's this narrative out here that college football and football in general is like some hobby town shit. Right. This is fucking business, dog. This is all about money now. It's all about opportunity. We call them kids. A lot of these guys have kids and their fathers, and they have responsibilities, and they got shit to fucking pay for, and this is not a game anymore. So I think that it elevates the level of play because guys are now getting paid. When I got to the NFL and they started handing me a check instead of just saying you got a scholarship, go to class, I was real serious about my craft. In college, if they would have been like, hey, we're going to give you 30 G's a month to play football. Dog, I would have locked myself in my fucking house. You never would have seen me. I never would have been in the ever.
You and me both.
It's just the way it works. So I can't get mad at CU for going after recruits. They should and they can. It's nice that they can recruit nationally now. And, if SC wants to keep their guys, pick your shit up. Like, that's the way this works. So I would say to high school kids that you're not committing to that team. Like Juju Lewis and Smith aren't committing to this year's Colorado team. That's next year's Colorado team if they do. They're not committed to this year's SC team. They're committed to next year's SC team. Right. So you got to weigh that when you're in high school, of course. But, man, I don't know. I think that there's a lot more quality young man out there that's really trying to figure this out just like everybody else. Of course, there's shitbirds everywhere. I mean, come on. But I think 8 out of 10 are really trying to do this the right way.
Transition real quick to NFL. Last night's call, I called it this morning.
What a
egregious.
disaster.
I thought I called it egregious, Matt. Two referees are sitting there looking right at it. I got
him.
I got an Enzo copy too of the referee's eyes right on the fucking play, and they both say, "Oh, we didn't see it." I don't know how you didn't see it. That's your job. Look at the white hat.
Dog.
Look at the white hat right there.
Refs, dog.
What's your take on this?
I if you want to be a ref, you're an awful human being. You're an awful human being. You're awful. I'm tired. Especially look, the NFL. You're fucking like. I had the Rams last night, the over, Jefferson and Keenan, whatever the running back from LA to score.
Kyron Williams, yeah.
Yeah, Kyron Williams. So all Kyron scored, they went the over, and the LA ended up winning. But it was 28-20. You're telling me they couldn't have thrown a touchdown to Jordan Jefferson and gone for 2?
For 1 minute 30 left?
With one, and then they get the ball. They get the ball back, and you don't. And this egregious ass face mask isn't called, but. On Monday night with the Ravens and the Bucks, how many fucking holding penalties did you see that were phantom holding penalties? I saw 5 at least.
Yeah.
Where they
Kyron Williams got away with one on the play on this drive before for the Rams. See, I just like to call it real. I'm a Rams fan, and I like to call it what it is. I hate to see a play decided by that bullshit ass call or no call.
Yeah, the call, like, when are the refs just going to let them play? But a penalty is a penalty. An egregious penalty like this should be, and isn't it that you can only review scoring plays? Well, a fucking safety's a scoring play, so why can't that be reviewed?
That's what I said.
The NFL, college football, the high school refs that I have to deal with on a weekly basis are fucking awful. I hope you hear this. You suck. Like, the college refs are terrible.
You might not get no calls tonight.
Terrible.
Yeah, slow down, man.
You might not get no calls tonight. You might not get no calls tonight.
Yeah, well, I don't give a fuck. You could rack up fucking penalties against us all you want. We're hammering the fuck out of the team tonight, dog. We're going 9-0. We're coming for that ass, Colorado high school football.
Yeah, talk that shit, man. Talk that shit, man.
We're fucking people up this year. So, look, I just like at some point the refs have to be held accountable, dog. This is fucking getting ridiculous. It makes me look. This is what it's making me do. I'm not betting on the NFL this weekend, dog. I'm just sitting back on Sunday and just watching. I'm not throwing any more I'm not throwing $5 at this shit anymore.
Yeah.
90% of the bets are on Minnesota last night, and that happens with 1 fucking 30 whatever left, 97 yards to go, and that's how the game ends. I mean, come on, dog. And you want us to not think that it's staged and fucking scripted and like. You don't want us to think that the fucking refs are in the mob's pocket. If you actually think this is normal, you're a fucking idiot. Or you're a ref.
Hey, Matt, hold on. As you leave real quick, I'm bringing Jeff in because Jeff made a video last night literally about what you're saying. Jeff, real quick, address what Matt just said because you made a video about this.
What's going on, Jeff?
What's up, guys? Yeah, well, look, Matt, it's been going on for years. I've got to the point where I just go against that generally. You know, if you see a line at 3 and it stays at 3 the whole week and the whole world is betting it, and then 3 hours before the game it drops to 2.5, I know it's hard, but you got to just go with the other side. I know it's easy to say in hindsight, but listen, I've always said that there's something going on behind the scenes that we don't always know about. Some of these things seem scripted a lot of the time. You know, as you alluded to, why are these referees all like 60, 70 years old as well? Like a lot of the refs are old. It's super weird. That said, you just got to go against what you think. I've always said with the NFL, what's too good to be true generally is. And, you know, in long term, it might work for a week or two, but long term, you got to bet that way.
Hey, Matt, before you get out of here, Matt, a Denver Bronco kid gets shot in the head.
Oh, bro, yeah.
We used to go to titty bars, Matt, and all that old shit. We used to have contracts, though. We used to have detriment to contract behavior in our contract. Like, we couldn't jet ski. We couldn't go out and do super shit. Nowadays,
you can go to the nudie.
It's all gone, right? Is that all gone now? Like, these cats.
No, you can go to the nudie whenever you want. They played Thursday in New Orleans. They won. They came back Friday and had the weekend off. He went to the fucking titty club. I've been to Shotguns 1,000 times in my life. It's fun. But I look. I'm not trying to get political here and shit, but Denver's dangerous these days, and it's never been like this before. And he got fucking. It was 2:45 in the morning. He's in there. I guarantee you, he's shining. He just got a huge fucking contract, right? He was in there with his homeboy. They're probably not sober. They get targeted. They follow him out. Somehow his car breaks down on I-25. That I don't know if they broke his car down, if they cut his brake. Like, my mind starts running to like they found his car, fucked his car up, and got it to pull over away from the strip club, and then tried to go murder him and steal all the shit. And they're just a bad shot, so they missed. And he minor injuries, but still getting shot in the head and the shoulder on your day off. That's shitty. So, look, I will say this: if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. 3 o'clock in the morning at the strip club is some John Morant shit. Remember, that shotguns is where John Morant got in trouble. But I can't say that I haven't been in a strip club at 3 o'clock in the morning before either. So when I played in the NFL, and it happened a ton. So it just kind of is what it is, bro. Like, you don't want to get murdered just for going to look at some titties, but shit, dog. Like, it's just a crazy world we live in these days. Stay safe.
No doubt. Hey, will you stay safe too? Good luck tonight. Good luck tomorrow. We'll hit you next week.
Later, boys.
All right,
man.
Hey, Jeff
man
is here. Special guest, man. Jeff, I ain't seen you in a long time. How you feeling right now in this current moment? How was your week with betting? How was your week with life? Give us everything in the next 30 seconds.
Doing good. Thank you. Good to see you guys, as always. I will comment on that, and I'll just look at it from the criminal side. If you were a criminal, who better to rob than an NFL player with all that glossy jewelry on? I would do it. I mean, you can't – listen, criminals are criminals. They're emboldened. They're going to go do what they have to do. And listen, strip clubs, nothing good happens at them. They're great. They're nice to look at, but they're dens of iniquity. Let's just be honest. There's a lot of bad things that go on at strip clubs. And it's like if you go to the casino and you win big, if you walk out of casino without an escort, like I'm talking security, you're crazy. Because people are plotting. There are people that will sit in casinos and just plot on people. Like they do it in Vegas all the time.
I mean, we used to do it when you were young knuckleheads.
They'll get girls to drug you. They'll watch you. And it goes on a lot. Look out in like Tampa, places like that. People get robbed all the time. They follow them home. They'll rob them in their driveways. Shit like that.
Man. Yeah. Hey, I got to ask you. It's Free Game Friday. We got to get a little free game in with Jeff that we used to do. I got to ask you. I was sitting here last night with a friend.
A friend.
A female friend.
A freak or a friend? Okay.
Female freak friend. Yeah. And we were sitting here watching a movie. I had a football game on the small TV. I had a movie on with the sound.
Little Netflix and chill. Nice.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there, and this was the scenario, and she has me ask this scenario because she don't believe I would ask it because she knows my answer. You two, this is the deal, all right? Y'all married a female who had a kid, a baby, young kid.
I would never do that.
Me either, but that's what I see. That's the scenario that this is. You married the kid. You married the female. She had a kid already. You raised that kid. That kid now calls you daddy. The girl, the female, died. The mom of the kid died.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Your wife. Yep. Do you give the kid up to CPS or continue to raise the kid?
No,
that's my kid. That's an easy one. That's not even a conversation. I raised the kid.
Agreed.
It's my kid now.
Yeah, there would be no difference if
not even a conversation because
I would more or less want to raise the kid now. You know that. I wouldn't
JB, probably at that point, I've probably already got the adoption papers anyway, years before that even happened. I raised the kid up. That's my kid now. A father isn't just about your blood. It's about what your actions makes you a father.
CPS is a rough place too.
Yeah, come on. You tripping, homie.
Yeah. Now, again, I wouldn't start a relationship with someone that had a kid. It's just not my thing. But if I chose to do that and then she died, yeah, I would be a cold person to not take the kid in.
It's called being a man, JB. Now listen, if you're just dating for a year and then she dies, then that's different. But she's my wife.
I got to tell you, Smitty, even in that situation, I would be really hard pressed to give the kid up, man. That would be. I mean, CPS is a bad place, man. That kid will be messed up for life, especially if it's a son. Like, young men already don't have a lot of leaders around them, so I would do what I had to do.
JB, how about you? What's your answer?
I just wanted to ask the question.
No, what's your answer though?
I think JB knows what he would do. JB's a coach. He did a lot of good things for children, man.
You raise kids in a sense, in a different way. So I know your heart. You have the heart of fucking 2 cows or whatever. I don't know if a cow's a big heart, but it sounds good. You have a big heart. You care about people at a high level. When your friends come over, you take care of us at a high level. You make sure we got the clean house. We got the best food, the best, servers. We got the poker table. You took kids from hoods and helped nurture them to becoming businessmen and leaders and NFL players. So I know your answer here would be to keep the kid, right, JB?
He would do what he had to do. Even like he would make sure the kid. You would, JB. Don't try to front. You
Jason,
would.
Keep it real.
We had this argument last night with her, and that's the question I asked.
I don't think it's even an argument, really.
Yeah, I would never keep him, but that's me. But listen, here's the
so you would let the kid go into some depraved CPS situation?
Well, see, I'm like you, Jeff. It would never happen because I don't fuck with
Yeah, but you asked the question, so don't try to flip that now.
That's why I asked you guys. That's why I asked you guys because I wouldn't keep the kid. No.
See, this is where JB I get off the boat with sometimes. It's like, come on, man. Like you would, JB. Like
here's the
JB,
thing.
nothing. Let me
First
ask
of all,
you
it's a hypothetical, right, Jeff? Because it would never happen. Because I would.
Okay, but hear me out. Hear me out. Let's say you're tonight. You're out. I don't know. You're going on your boat. You're gonna load your truck up or whatever, and you see a kid like sitting on your sidewalk. Hey, what's up, kid? The kid's like 15, 16. He says, I'm homeless. My mother and father just died in a house fire. Like, you wouldn't make sure the kid was all right, at least?
Yeah,
like,
that's not the scenario. I'm not fucking his mom. See, there's a huge difference in disconnect. I don't understand why y'all don't connect those dots.
Fucking his mom or married to his mom was the scenario.
Either way. Well, I fucked moms before, but here's the difference, though. But I'm not marrying. See, the fucking them, I'm not marrying them. There's a difference.
Different scenarios, I know, but
yeah,
you access marriage.
The hypothetical is only going to make an argument.
Even if I wasn't married to her.
Here's the thing that let me ask you a hypothetical with the hypothetical, though. Where's the daddy is what I asked her. And see, they can't ever answer that question. Where's the original daddy? Where's the original daddy? Because if there's an original daddy out there, then I'm giving that kid to the original daddy.
Right. But let me ask you a hypothetical about the hypothetical. Where's the grandfather at? Where's the daddy of the daddy? Because the problem is this. If the original daddy is not in the life, that tells me that the way he was raised probably was the same way. I mean, his daddy wasn't in there. It's like a trickle down effect. So my hypothetical, but your hypothetical about the hypothetical is where's the daddy of the daddy? That's the bigger question.
But you also said the kid calls you his father. Like
that was her question. Yeah, not mine.
You would just desert the kid? That's insane. Like
I would.
I got a question right here, JB.
Why though?
Look, my memory.
I would, but not you guys.
Wouldn't you be more emboldened to want to help him? You had no problem helping him with his mom around. Now you're gonna be a stingy.
Hypotheticals get deep because
dude.
I married her and she had a kid. I wouldn't do it. So that's never going to happen. But I'm just saying, like, raising a kid that I didn't know the mom on is totally different than raising a kid that has a daddy somewhere. That's not my kid. It's not my offspring. It's not my real kid. I got my own kid that I don't see.
Well, that's a different scenario, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, homie. I got my own kid I don't see. You think I'm going to give a fuck about this other kid?
Let me ask you.
For you, not
JB. Does your daughter, does she have children or no?
Nah, not that I know of.
Well, if she does, will you be around the kids or
no? JB's situation is a little complicated with his, it's not the best example, probably.
Yeah, that's why it's different for me. Like I could give a fuck less. Like no, I don't know.
But you don't have any interest in like I think you'd be like at least like a grandson. Like I think you'd be a great grandfather. You wouldn't.
Nah, I'd be a horrible grandfather.
Oh my god.
No, you've gotten really cold in your older life. Though,
yeah, I do.
Jeff, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna call him out because it's the real show up on the earth.
This is an act, I think.
This is
not an act at all. I have a big heart. What Smitty's about to say, I have a big heart with
JB. He's capping right now.
But when it comes to certain finite details like this, I'm cold-blooded now. That's what killers do. Just so you
Let me ask you, what if the state came to you and said, listen, JB,
I used to do it. Call home and hospital. I used to do that.
No, let's say they say you have a son you didn't know about, and it's proven that it's your son. 10 years ago, you had a son, and this kid knocks on your door and says, Dad, my mother, she's gone. You're my father. Here's the proof. You're not taking that kid in? That's your son.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta get DNA, my DNA.
No,
test.
it's proof. It's your son. There's 100% proof. You are the father, Maury style.
Depends how old he is.
What are you thinking about right now, homie?
What do you
Why
mean
you moving
depends
your head
how old
around
he
this shit?
Because I already got a kid that I don't see.
But JB, I don't want to get out your business, but it's a reason for that. It's not like you just don't want to see her.
This kid has nothing else.
He's gonna open a can of worms. I told you this.
This kid has nothing else. He's going to go into the system without you, and he will grow up to, something bad could happen to him. Let's say he's 12.
You mean like the thousands of kids I coached?
No, it's your son though.
I know they're all my son at the end of the day. But here's the thing: like, I'm not with the mom. In the original question, I get your question. Like, I gotta see if it's real.
There's so many details that go into this. We're gonna bring this back a little later, but right now we gotta get back to some sports and get back to brass tacks, man. It's college football Saturday. We got the best, better gambler in the motherfucking business, Jeff Nadu. We need your college football picks. JB, come back. Pull the schedule up. Let's go through it.
On this show last week, I think I hit every college football pick last week.
Every pick, homie?
I think I may have. I had Duke. I know that. I killed it last week in general. I killed it.
Oh, wow. Hey, well, everybody on here, y'all might want to follow Jeff right here, man. Make sure you go to winnable.com/slap picks, because any pick we don't give here, we're going to give on winnable.com/slap picks for the exclusive picks. Come make money with us. And make sure you use BetUS to place your money.
And shout out to my friends at BetUS. College basketball will be back very soon. I'll be on that show. BetUS, the best. I've been dealing with
BetUS.
No, I wouldn't take the kid. I told you that. Let's dive into something real quick. I got to ask you guys. UNLV tonight, Boise State. The question is, Jeff, if Genty goes off for 200 yards on this UNLV team, are we handing him the Heisman?
Well, no. I mean, he'll be surely the favorite. He is the favorite right now. As I've just always said, you can't – there's a lot of people that have been the favorites over the years 7 or 8 weeks in. There's a lot of season to shake out. But, yeah, he would be the favorite. This is the last real test. I mean, there's not a lot of good defenses to go on the schedule. That said, here's what I would do, and if I'm Boise's coach, UNLV is one of the worst pass defenses in the country. I would throw the football tonight, and that could take away from Genty's workload. If he
ain't got no quarterback or wideout. That's the difference. That's why y'all don't get what he's doing is so fucking unbelievable. He's a one-man band.
And that's what makes this such a big game. The UNLV's got a great run defense on the other side. I believe they're top 15 nationally. So this is a huge game. Yeah, I think he'd surely be the favorite unless he gets injured. I think it'd be hard to not give it to him at this point. I'm just saying we have so much season to shake out. This is a super tough game. I'm blown away that UNLV's an underdog in this game. I mean, they're at home. I think they've looked really good. I think they surely have the better defense when it comes down to it. I like Hodge Williams. He's come in and played really well after the quarterback left the program. Yeah. This is a very tough game. I would have grabbed the under. It was 66. That was a little too high. It's down to 64, but I would lean UNLV plus 3.5. I think it's a close game. I didn't bet it. I really don't want to bet against Genty either. He has played well. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
I will say also, I opened my eyes with him a little bit with that Washington State performance. I think Washington State's a pretty good football team. He ran all over them. We'll see how he does tonight. If he runs for 84 yards tonight, he's out, right? Let's say he runs for 85 yards, Smitty, and they lose. Yeah, he's out. So there's a small room for error.
Yeah. That's why that to me tells me he's even greater than everyone thinks he is. Because when this guy's going to have a 100-yard game in college football, which is very fucking hard, everyone's going to say he's out. This guy's, because you're thinking he's going to run for 300. It's just not realistic. Right?
I know, but that's just the truth and what will happen. I'm curious at BetUS if they have a prop up on his rushing yards. I don't bet props really, but it's probably super high for a good reason. But I would have maybe an interest in an under if it's high enough. If it's like 190-ish, I think this would be his toughest game yet.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. I know one game that I'm excited about, man, as we dive into the Saturday lineup, and I'll pass it back to you, JB, is Navy Notre Dame. To me, it might be the game of the weekend. Obviously, Navy's undefeated. Notre Dame has been rolling after that loss against Northern Illinois in the MAC. What are you thinking here, Navy Notre Dame? What do you like here, Jeff?
Well, I would lean Notre Dame at this number. I think this is a very suckery bet to take Navy. I don't like playing the game of who teams have played. I think the thought, though, is neither of these teams have played anybody really worth talking about outside of maybe Louisville. But Navy's done what they've had to do. They're definitely a better overall offense, not just a rush offense. They don't make mistakes. They're very hard to play against because they're not going to turn the ball over. They're not going to give sacks up. They don't commit bad penalties. But Notre Dame is on another level to me defensively. From what Marcus Freeman said, and Coach, I'd be curious of your thoughts on this. He claims that since the offseason, they have been preparing for the Naval Academy, which, I find hard to believe. Maybe they are. As you know, the triple option is all about being in the right spacing and gaps and discipline there. Something tells me this will be a close game in the first half, and I think that Notre Dame will find a way to pull away. If this number was 17, I'd lean Navy, but it's only 13.5. I took the over personally. I think Navy can move the ball and get into the 20s, but I think Notre Dame will probably push 40 in this game. Navy's defense is bad. I mean, they have not played much of anybody, and their defense is pretty poor to begin with. I think Notre Dame will be able to run their offense effectively and probably push 40. I had it like 38-21. I took the over.
I like that. Jason?
Yeah, interesting. Prepping for an option, this is what I think he means. Every week in the fall and the summer, they probably prep how to defend certain things, like whether it was inside veer, split back veer, split veer, outside veer. They probably have implemented what to do, so it's in their brain. So when they get to this week, now they throw all those cards that they drew up back in the summer and fall in, and now they have their scout team run it and mimic it, so they have it. And then they have it on film as well, so they can show the film of them at practice defending it versus what Navy looks like on offense. That's what coaches do.
And the problem that I mean, that's good and all, but game is a lot different. And Navy's offense is much different than it normally is. This is interesting. They
throw the ball better than you think.
Well, and they've passed the ball 81 times, which is pretty high for them. Every attempt they make throwing the football, they gain 12 yards. That's a huge per average catch. So to me, I think they can move the ball. I don't really want to worry about can they keep this within 2 touchdowns. I either am going to take them to get blown out or be in it to win the game. Because that's what Notre Dame does, guys. Like, they always either blow you the fuck out or lose, right? Look at that Northern Illinois game. I like the over. I think both teams can move the ball.
Notre Dame has to continue winning after they got to go win out after that loss they suffered from Northern Illinois. So it's going to be interesting. They have to win. And I would love to see Army Navy stay undefeated and play each other possibly twice.
But even losing, if you're Army, like, it would suck, obviously. But Notre Dame losing to Notre Dame is, Notre Dame's a good football team. So
yeah, it is. Hey, I got some legal stuff that I want to throw at you.
I'm not a lawyer, but I do know a good amount.
Yeah. So let's just show this. James Franklin's in the news. Take an interesting look at this video here.
What are we doing? This is obviously a serious and sensitive subject. I know Greg read that, but we haven't heard anything from you on this.
John, we released the university statement. All right. Do I need to read the statement again?
If you would like.
All right. Regarding the 2 former Penn State football players, we released a statement yesterday, and our program and athletic department will have no further comment. If you need the statement, please reach out to me or Chris.
Hey guys, any questions?
Hey, that's gangster. That's hard.
These guys were not going to get on.
Jeff, that's what they're going to do. James is not getting involved in that. He's not going to get involved in that. That's a presidential decision. That's a Marcus is the manager, an agent. That's all this shit's involved there. It was last year players. It's not this year. Legally, the school is protecting James Franklin here. Where are you at with this, and what can be the ramifications of this? This is a school now that is very, very under the microscope when it comes to
Yeah, but one thing we have to understand, that happened 20 plus years ago, and it has nothing to do with the individuals that are currently on the team or coach on the team. He's done exactly what I would have did. One of the biggest issue Americans face, and when they get in trouble, is they don't shut the fuck up. Most of you people put yourself in prison because you don't shut up. Get in the box, say one word. Give me a lawyer. Well, that's a few words. You folks talk too much. He's not a lawyer. He is not someone who wants to delve into that. It has nothing to do with him. Let the lawyers handle it. And what he's talking about is 2 former players are being accused of the R word of a 17-year-old girl in their apartment. Another girl also came forward. Again, they're allegations. They're innocent until proven guilty. But yeah, if I'm Franklin, I mean, maybe he could have said something along the lines of, I don't know, it's a university matter. They're going to handle it. I'm going to turn it over to my esteemed legal whoever that guy was. I don't know if he's a spokesman or what. That would have been an idea too. But the only reason this is a big thing is because of something that happened 20 years ago to a person who is doing life in prison and will never be released. So that has nothing to do with him to me.
Yeah, you got the right to remain silent, man.
But again, we have to stop holding people to, like, James Franklin has nothing to do with what Jerry Sandusky did.
Right.
Like we have to stop holding. Like if someone on Coach Brown's team right now violated the law and he was on Coach Brown's team 10 years ago, that has nothing to do with Coach Brown. Nothing.
Nah, the problem
it's just optically it looks bad for the program, not James Franklin, for the program. That's all.
Yeah, but that's the only reason we're talking about this right now, because it happened with Penn State. It's awful what happened there, but the people that did what they did are in prison and they paid for their crime.
Yeah, but that's that part. This is the 2 kids from last year's team that James Franklin coached and recruited. That's why he's going to be asked this question. Those are his former players, so
sure,
he's going to have to stay quiet on this one until something happens. But I don't know, man. There's been some other issues. It's interesting.
Let me ask you, JB. Let's say you were him. Wouldn't you have handled it a similar way? Like just kind of turn it over to the lawyer?
Yeah, the issue is they ask you. The presidential admin is going to come down and say you're off. You're not saying nothing. Like
right.
That's exactly what would have happened.
I'm sure he would like to say, hey, he would like to say something, but
like a lot of coaches you've seen go out and say, and this is why he didn't say anything, and this is what I do know. A lot of coaches will say, hey guys, we don't know anything right now. They're allegations, and we're looking into it. Once that coach says that, now he's going to be asked for the rest of the year about the allegations and what have you found out about it. When he didn't say anything and he didn't even say nothing, then he comes up there and starts over and says, any questions? Now he's never answered those questions and he will not be asked that anymore. So that there's a huge little thing like that, like you just said, shut the fuck up. There's a difference that they've learned.
And always remember, if you just say nothing, you're good, right? You can't. Well, you said I'm going to go against what you said, and I'm going to jumble your words. I thought you meant this. If he just says he didn't say one word, he just said that's what I would have did. But
yeah, no doubt. Real quick, any other picks before you get out of here? I know our Sunday show was Shaun Salisbury. We'll break down the NFL, but on the college side,
I will hang if you've got a couple of minutes. I can hang. I will say Indiana, Washington. Okay, the quarterback is out for Indiana, right?
Yep.
Indiana.
I thought he was getting the nod.
No, Rourke's out. He's out for at least a week. He's got a hand injury, I believe. As far as the game, though, Indiana's still really good. They still run the ball at a really high level. They're at home. Their defense is great. Washington's been kind of a mess away from home. I don't mind the backup either. He's actually decent. I'd still probably play Indiana in this spot. There's some big time games here. Good card tomorrow. A lot of interest on this one.
No doubt. Real quick, I got to ask you because Washington beats Michigan and then it gets obliterated by fucking Iowa. I just didn't see that one. Illinois, Oregon. Very interesting right here because Illinois can spoil a lot of things. I know upset pick alert, I wouldn't say, but banging this Oregon team up for future games because Illinois seems to play very, very physical, as Michigan just found out. Can they bump and bruise Oregon enough to where they actually hurt their season going forward in the bigger picture of things?
So one of my favorite plays last week was Illinois against Michigan. That was a huge game for Illinois. From what I understand, they handpicked Michigan to be that 100th game. It was a huge game. They stormed the field. Now you got to get off the mat. You got to go across the country and face Oregon. It's just a really tough ask. You know about young players, coach. It's hard to get them to respond off that. They're off such a high. And Oregon's playing really well. They just waxed Purdue in a game they probably should have slowed down in and looked forward a little bit. The line's telling me Oregon, like they win like 35-10 or something. They're really good on both sides of the ball. And Illinois things can fall apart pretty quick. Remember, they were playing a team last week that literally could have pulled a quarterback out of the stands and he probably could have played better. That quarterback situation in Michigan is horrible. I mean, it is. Got to be the worst in the country. And you look at that team. Where do you go now? Like they're talking about, we got another kid we want to try out. What if he's no good? Like they have 4 quarterbacks possibly that are all shitty.
Yeah, Shaun Salisbury said that on our show last week.
Recruiting.
Miami, Florida State's an interesting one.
Rivalry game.
Kansas State is a very interesting one. But the one I got to ask you about first before you address those two, LSU A&M, big game. A&M 6 in a row winners after the loss to Notre Dame. LSU 6 in a row after the loss to SC. Could those 2 first game losses could really fuck these 2 teams up, by the way, because SC's turned out to be horrible. Notre Dame, if they were to lose again after losing to Northern Illinois, makes LSU's schedule iffy. Where are you at with this game?
So I've said before, I've had a good season this season. I hate this LSU team, though, really. I hate them. I don't understand this team. I can't figure them out at all. I've been wrong every time I've played them. I kind of just avoid them at this point. A&M's obviously improved. They've got their quarterback finally back healthy. That said, I have a hard time going against LSU. They're just really solid right now. They have the better quarterback in this game. That said, they're on the road, coming off a couple of really nice wins, and A&M is kind of just sitting there waiting. I didn't have much in that game. Florida State, Miami, it is a rivalry until the game will start, and Miami will do what they normally do. They'll score 45. Florida State sucks. I mean, we have to stop just assuming that. But they're 1-6. Like, they're not going to just get better. Like, they have no quarterback. Their situation's almost as bad as Michigan's at quarterback. Miami scores 50 every week. This is going to get ugly, I think. Kansas State, I kind of like. I think this is a game for K-State where this is a rivalry. It's been a bad season for Kansas, but they still have 5 games left. They have 2 wins. I think they're going to view this game as a rivalry. They're going to get up for it. They're off of a really nice performance the last couple of weeks offensively, finally. I think they're going to be emboldened a little bit. I think if you can stop the run against K-State, you're going to hang in the game. 10 struck me as a bit high. I think if Kansas can bow their ears back and get some stops on the ground, I think they'll be right in this game. They're playing a lot better. You got to turn your stuff up for a rivalry game. 10 is too high. I took Kansas. I like them here.
Hey, SMU, who I've been high on. I've been telling everybody SMU, and you didn't really like them early on. They're going to,
well, I didn't know who their quarterback is. Now they've settled on one, and he's played very well.
Yeah, 6-1, and Duke. Manny Diaz 6-1 has Duke at 6-1. Very interesting matchup right here. Who do you like this game?
Yeah, a lot of people think Duke's a little fraudulent, though, just because of what they've done. They've really not played much of anybody. They're finally going up and stepping up. That said, this is a bit high to me. This is a double-digit spread. Duke's getting a lot of points. They're going to run the football. SMU super undervalued, JB. You were 100% right. They got a great defensive line. Their quarterback's really solid. They can really put it to you offensively. They did some damage to Florida State, as a lot of teams have done. It's a tough one. I actually like both these teams, so I had a hard time separating them. I'd probably still lean Duke just because of how they play. They're kind of built to get points and to stay in games. I like both defenses. I think the under is probably a pretty good bet here. I think both these teams are solid on the defensive end. Under, 49? I thought this was like a 24-17, 27-21 type of game.
Any shocker, any repeat of shocking the world, Vandy, Texas?
But how at this point can you bet against Vanderbilt? I mean, Texas had a lot of issues in that game against Georgia. Let's not forget they benched their quarterback, by the way. Their offensive line was getting beat off the fucking ball a lot. They didn't look good. And now you got to go on the road to a place against a team who's already pulled one big upset and almost beat Mizzou as well. That's a pretty good defensive line at Vandy. They have the offense that's able to stay in games because they hold the football. They've got a quality quarterback. They move the chains. I could see Texas kind of bouncing back, but it's a hard team to do it against. Vandy is the type of team you want getting a bunch of points because they hold on to the ball, a lot of possession. They're kind of like Army a little bit. They hold on to the ball, and it's hard to get 3 touchdown leads on them.
Only thing I'm going to say to that, though, that makes me a little concerned for all the Vandy fans that they just had a physical, hard-fought game against Ball State last week, and it's kind of similar to the NFL when teams play the Detroit Lions the following week, they usually lose. I don't have the exact stat for Ball State, but just watching that game and seeing it was tied up in the fourth, Ball State was about to upset them, and they pulled out a close one. They may be a little exhausted, a little tired, a little banged up going against a Texas team.
Well, I would chalk that up to simply just looking ahead, probably. Listen, no offense, but Ball State's the 4th worst defense in America. I get what you're saying. No, I think you're probably just looking ahead a little bit. I think that's always an issue. I am hard pressed though to go against Vandy in these spots. They've answered the call a few times.
Interesting. Dodgers, Yankees, real quick. Who you got tonight? Game 1, Colt on the mound. This is probably the Yankees' best opportunity to steal one right now with him on the mound. California kid, another California kid, by the way. The Yankees are riddled with California kids. Where you at with this guy on the mound tonight against a guy they're worried about losing? That the Dodgers started tonight. They've thought he's lost a little velocity, and that's kind of been questioned. But the Dodgers bats, I think, from top to bottom are better than the Yankees lineup. I know you have the Yankees winning the series and winning the World Series, as you did a future on them months ago. I'm obviously a Dodger fan. I'm taking the Dodgers, but tonight would be the night that with Colt on the mound, they can steal one. Is this the night that they get one or not?
Yeah, I think it has to be. I mean, getting Garrett Cole as an underdog is very appealing to me. Throwing the fact that Jack Flaherty, for whatever reason, is just a mess in the playoffs. I mean, you look at his career, 8 games in the playoffs, almost a 5 ERA. His whip is 1.4. That's a lot of traffic on the base pass. And that tells me that he's close to kind of a disaster in every game he's in. You look at the postseason so far, Jack Flaherty, this postseason, 3 appearances. He's got an ERA over 7. I mean, he's only pitched 15 innings in 3 games. I mean, as a starter, that's concerning. Against a good Yankee lineup, I think the Yankees have to find a way to win this game. If they win this game off of very good, they've got their guy on the mound. Yeah, I'd be on the Yankees here.
It's gonna be a tough one though, man. My guy Kike Hernandez has been balling now. Shohei, I mean, he's been, he's leading the playoffs in homers. Mookie has really got to a rhythm as well. So it's gonna be a tight one, man. It's here in LA, sold out crowd. Tickets to get into the door is over $1,500. So it's gonna be a hell of a game, man. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's the tickets. Have you ever been to a World Series?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
I did one years ago. Yankees, the Dodgers and Oakland A's.
Yeah, World Series is awesome, man. I've been to it a few times. It's fucking great.
It is. Enjoy the weekend. Go get some beers. I'll see you Sunday for the NFL pregame show with Shaun Salisbury, and I appreciate you coming on. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Jeff. Always a pleasure.
See you guys. Take it easy.
I'm sure you'll be in the section this weekend. From one legend straight to another one, the guys already in the background complaining about us being quote-unquote late when we're not late. Just the guest came on a little later, so we got to push things back a little bit. But he don't understand how the system works. The one and only, the OG, the living legend himself, champion.
I did a video the other day. I showed the Hall of Fame wall that he was on.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe somebody sent me something to show. And I think we're going to intro him the right way. Right, Bailey?
talk that shit now, Shaun. And you had your own new song. There ain't nobody ever used that song. It's exclusive.
I couldn't hear any of the audio. I saw the video. The audio went out.
Ain't that a motherfucker?
What
We
time
did
is
all
this-
this work. Great
Hey,
intro, new
what
video.
time-
You didn't hear it.
What time does this 8 a.m. hit start? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
10 today.
It got pushed back a little bit. Matt had to come on a
50
little
minutes,
later, and then Jenna
Shaun.
come on a little
50
later.
minute segment. That's more than anybody.
Tell Nadu to be on time. Don't impede upon my time. With you
No, it
guys.
wasn't Nadu.
I look
Matt had some
forward-
stuff going on. Matt
I
had
look
stuff going on.
I look forward to my bad. I look forward to this Friday morning mud with you guys. So I'm
It was
excited about it.
it was a sequence of events. It's like a like a tornado, like a hurricane, like an earthquake. You know, we had Dr. Jesse Morse, who's fluid. He has to come on when he can, give us NFL updates. And then Matt came on from his car because he has some things going on. And then, so, you know, it's fluid. Everything was backed up.
Everything's connected. It's like the human body. If you mess up one thing, it leads to another injury. But real quick, it's Free Game Friday. So before we dive into sports and football and all that, we got to call you out, OG, because you did something last week that we didn't call you out on during that time. But we're going to call you out now. You yelled out some very specific details about somebody's home on this show, live on the show. That's rule number one from the hood. You never, ever, ever give out addresses and specifics live on the show. As a young brother, I'm very disappointed in you, and I just wanted to call you out because I'm a real one, and I got love for you, Shaun.
Show the video. Show the video. Or the accusations aren't real.
JB, am I lying? Co-host, am I lying?
Well, he didn't give away address. He just said like some ballpark.
Barely. You
stuff.
see how JB do me though? Earlier we was on the same page, but then as soon as the guests come, he flips and goes on the side of the guest.
No. He did a party foul like he said we did. He definitely did party foul. He didn't give you just said address. He didn't say the address.
That's like me party fouling because I say I live in Las Vegas. Come on. Las Vegas is a big city.
He gave out the city though.
Right.
Well, people think it's the city.
They
But
think.
Like as a party foul, if I say Smitty lives in Los Angeles, like come on. Man.
No,
I wasn't specific. I gave a city.
Potential city. We can move forward, JB. I just want to get that nugget out.
Potential city.
The place has an M on a hill, like you know, Hollywood. How they got the big Hollywood sign. The place got a big M on a hill with a spotlight. So I'm just trying to give him some shine.
He giving out more. He just keep going, JB. He said, there's a Bev mode down there. There's a route down there. He just keep giving out more.
The cross streets are coming next.
You got a hill. You got a hill in the back of your house.
The construction right now.
You live next to the motherfucker.
It's a smoke pile. It's a smoke pile coming a mile up the road.
Got an M on the hill, JB.
Hey, what if we said it was set up that way so you could actually pop up and then I smoke? I'm just saying. Hey, Shaun, we got Michael Lombardi joining the show next week, and I got to ask you. There's a video out here of him and Belichick. They do a show together now. Very good show. I like it. I actually
Lombardi, my guy.
Lombardi, yeah, good dude. Yeah, he'll be on next week. Let's take a listen at Belichick and Lombardi about your boy, Coach Mayo, and the comments that he's been making about the Patriots being soft and whatnot. Take a listen.
This week, but boy, the Patriots got a lot of questions to answer between the head coach and the atmosphere, and who's soft and who's not soft, and so forth. It's
well, when you ride
been an
bicycles
interesting game
in the locker room, I mean, I don't know how you could pretend you're not soft. I mean, everybody gets a bicycle ride. I mean, isn't that what they're there for, right?
Probably to warm up, but I know what you're saying there, Mike.
Well, look, I'm just saying what I saw. It's a kinder, gentler program. I'm not sure that you can do that, especially when you have such a young team and their offensive line has really struggled all year. They've struggled to pass protect. That was a problem going into the season. It was a problem last year.
Yeah, no doubt. In both lines, honestly.
Right.
The Patriots have had they can't get the same five guys on the field, and then that's been an issue, whether when he's playing guard or tackle. Two guys they signed in the offseason aren't even on the team anymore. So that's been a little bit of a musical chairs. And then the same thing with the Jets. It's been, it's been a struggle there too.
Don, your takeaway from that conversation, and is that like a subtle jab at Mayo? Is it a jab at Kraft? Is it a you should be reneging that you let me go? Is this a regretful decision by the Kraft family and the Patriots right now today?
No, I don't think so. I think Mayo acknowledging that the team is soft. He said it himself, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean.
But then he reneged and came out and kind of covered it up.
Yeah, that don't go against anything that Bill just said. Bill just is a matter-of-fact kind of guy. So it comes off like, you know, he's bitter or something. That's just how he talks. And then Lombardi's messy. Lombardi's my guy, but Lombardi's messy. Like, he's that dude that's always, you know, trying to throw shade. But he's a good dude. I like Lombardi. I worked with him at Vix. He's a good dude. I don't know the other cat. Not a lot of energy in that room, by the way.
There's never going to be energy in that
They need to take a shot.
Man, that thing like, yeah, I just want to know that why we use it.
I mean, that is the most, like, I'd rather see that from, like, a virtual show.
Right.
Together, all three of them together is just like, I don't know, dog. That's a lot of flying around to go meet up for that show every week because they do it every week. I just do virtual. All right, real quick.
Was Lombardi and Bill ever together?
New England. New England. Yeah, Lombardi's been on here like 3 or 4 times. He's a good dude, man. I've known him a while now. He's a great dude. He took a shot at AP as well, the Raiders, when they hired him. And plus, they had his sons there.
Yeah, all his sons got fired, which McDaniels.
Yeah. Speaking of that, last night, pupil versus mentor, McVay taught his pupil once again that he kind of is dominant over his old pupils. Where are you at with that win? And then was that the worst no call you've ever seen to end the game?
Well, I had the Rams plus 2.5, so I thought it was a glorious night. That was hard to understand. That like if somebody says the NFL is rigged or fixed, or that the refs are involved somehow, I mean that's a great example. They got 2 guys standing right there, and everybody's watching the quarterback.
You see the end zone copy? You see the end zone copy right here? Look at that.
Black dude, yeah, he's standing right there. This is like, it's unbelievable. And Sam Darnold immediately says he's pulling the face mask. So, and not that the Vikings would have won. They won. They still had to go the whole length of the field, but
with no timeouts and score a 2-point conversion. But yeah, I understand it though.
That's a tough call to miss.
But Smitty, you're the same guy though that said last week that Chris Godwin should have been in the game because the Bucs had an opportunity. So make it make sense, homie.
Yeah, from a coaching standpoint, for sure. Yeah, from a coaching standpoint, yeah. If you have a chance,
the Vikings don't have a minute 30.
From a coaching standpoint, because you have a chance. I'm not saying they have a chance. I was in the stadium. I know what I was. You know what I mean? The game was over. It was a wrap. Momentum is a real thing. Momentum is a real thing.
We're 1 PI away from being in midfield, and then we're another PI away. There's a minute 30 left. Come on, homie. Like, come on, make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. I got a minute 30 time.
In a 1 possession game, that's an egregious miss.
Oh, that
horrible no call.
In a minute 30, Shaun, is a lot of time down 8.
Yeah, but you ain't got Mahomes at quarterback. You got Sam Darnold, who's having a good year, but he's okay.
Sam Darnold, who's having a better year than Mahomes.
He was throwing it to one guy the whole game, which was
by the way, he's having a better year than Mahomes.
It worked, but I just didn't see that. I didn't see that happen. The game was over. Bad call. But it says the worst no call ever. That's egregious.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far and say that. But and by the way, Patrick Mahomes has the highest completion percentage ever in his career right now. So
yeah,
that's your pushback, Smitty, for anybody talking smack about the great one.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, OG.
Worst AFC West division he's ever. It's like the AFC East when Tom Brady dominated. But anyway, nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. Hey, real quick, let me ask you something.
That funny, huh?
Scoring plays are reviewable. It's a 2-point play. If the last I fucking checked, it was worth 2 last night. It's a scoring play. I don't know why no one's brought that up. Why is it not reviewed? We can waste 30 minutes on a targeting call to eject the cat, but we can't review this particular scoring play on a game-changing, altering decision in their own end zone for a safety with a minute 30 left. That should be reviewable call. That is a horrible, horrible, horrible mockery of NFL officiating and Roger Goodell. I just think that's a bad look as far as what you choose to review and what you don't review. You can throw a flag on anything now. And you saw in college, Texas-Georgia game last weekend at the house, you saw all these things. They're changing rules the week of for Dan Lanning because he went out and circumvented a rule that you didn't think about. But the NFL can't go forward, think, and say, holy shit, let's review this. This is a game-altering decision. If that was an NFC title game, Shaun, we'd have a lot of major fucking problems right now today.
Yeah, and if the objective is to get it right, then it makes sense for them to get it right. I don't even understand the parameters on when you can and can't like challenge something. Hell, if the objective is to get it right, then get it right. But the problem with the NFL is they take everything and push it all the way to the extreme edge. Like
they'll have a vote now in the off season, and they're gonna have a fucking come on, man, it's unbelievable.
I'm to the point now they could do away with the refs, and I'd be cool. They could just electronically call penalties. These refs are getting on my nerves, man. They're too involved. Like they throwing holding flags, and they just too involved for me, man. I be watching the game. I want to watch the players play.
Yeah, it is. Hey, real quick, I know Smitty has some stuff for you, but there's these kids coming from USC, and they're committed to USC. They're going to take a visit to Colorado.
Oh, they're all going to Colorado?
Yeah, they're all going to Colorado. Here's the thing. Where does this QB Julian Lewis, who's supposed to be a big-time kid, where does this sit with the kid that left UNLV to go to USC to be the backup behind
Mitch, whatever, Moss, what's his name? Mitch Moss.
Kid Moss, behind Moss. Where does that sit? And then how soon will be before we see that kid in the portal again, leaving SC now? I'm trying to figure out because there's a trickle-down effect that no one really wants to talk about. These are high school kids, obviously, committed to USC that are going to go on this recruiting visit to Colorado. But we also have a kid that left UNLV who would probably be the starter in all seriousness, especially with what's happening at UNLV this year. Where does that happen? Explain the trickle down that.
Well, the kid from UNLV left just for the money.
Right.
I think USC gave him $250,000, and they needed it, so he went. But he understood the situation, so I don't know how you're gonna handle that. This Julian Lewis kid, man. Look, but at the same time, I mean, does Lincoln really have any leverage?
Not now.
I mean, the way USC is playing, and
not now.
The buyout's massive, but I mean, people starting to whisper. I don't think Colorado's a bad spot for a quarterback once Shador leaves. If Deion gonna put in writing that he's not leaving.
That's my question to you. Like, if I'm the quarterback going there,
yeah, that would be my hesitancy. Now you say he ain't going nowhere, but he'd have to put it in writing for me.
Yeah, that's got to be a hesitating thing. Because let's be honest, like Colorado doesn't have like some QB whisperer over there. This guy is trying to show that he's not his daddy and he's a former NFL coordinator, play caller, QB guy. Can these young kids really see through that and say, well, you really didn't do nothing with Shador. Shador came there ready. What do I go to Colorado to get developed? Like that's where I'm looking at it.
He's been coaching Shador since he was a kid, so I can't really say that. But let me ask y'all, like, why do y'all think Deion's gonna leave so much? Like if he where's he gonna go? Like is he gonna retire from coaching? Is he? Yeah,
you know why he doesn't take recruiting visits in homes? Because he can't fucking walk. So how long before he says, I'm done, I can't do it? Or do I need to go to warmer weather climate to handle my blood flow and my foot? See, no one wants to bring up.
Like where though? Like Florida?
How about Florida, where he's from? Florida State.
Florida State not gonna be open next year. We already talked about that.
Come on, man.
Next year it won't be. Like, so that's not even an option.
You get my point.
I get the point, but I need realistic options though. Like, are you saying he's gonna retire? Okay, cool. That's
so you don't think Florida's coming open?
If he goes to the NFL, okay, cool.
You don't think Florida's gonna open?
I think Florida's gonna open. Florida.
Then what are you talking about?
I think Florida.
What do you mean? Why not?
I think his dream job is Florida State, which won't be open.
I think part of the allure of Boulder right now is the fact that he's with his boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he says he's not going to follow his boys. They follow him. But I just wonder when they both move on.
Yeah.
Boulder not like a destination spot for stuff to do. Like if you like to hike and you like outdoors stuff, like that's cool. But with the foot, I just wonder, a celebrity of that stature, how long Boulder makes sense once your boys are gone.
He got full control over everything too, though. I bet he likes that. Is he gonna get that anywhere you go?
Anywhere he goes, he's gonna get that because of the amount of money he's generated in Colorado. So now he's got a resume that's proven that if you just get out the way and let me do me, I'm gonna turn this into a bigger brand than it was. So
I don't think Florida State will be open. I'd be hard pressed for me to say
there's no way.
And it don't look
Florida.
like Florida. It don't look like Florida's gonna be open.
Because they're starting to play. That's what I'm saying.
Napier coaching his butt off.
Yeah, I just don't see
but
it.
Napier's easy to get rid of. He's easier to get rid of than any other coach right now in the country as far as payout, buyout, as far as what he's done so far. He's an easy. Nobody's going to argue that one. Nobody's going to fight that when he leaves.
And I would say this about being the head coach in a big program like that. Not as a big program before he got there, but now it is. It looks exciting and fun at the beginning. I wonder how long he want to put that kind of time commitment in too. You know, that's a massive time commitment, man.
It's daunting, man. It's daunting.
That's all day, every day, all year.
Fact of the matter is, you can't, with what he has health-wise, you can't just fly around the country and go from Florida to LA in the same day, like Urban and Pete and all them guys used to do at the heyday to recruit two big-time kids and get to them in the same night, especially 24 hours before signing day, right? Because that's what you got to do. Like, you got to go hit multiple coasts in the same day on a PJ to go see these kids. He ain't doing that right now. He can't.
But recruiting is different now too, though.
And they got to finish the season too. Satterfield got Cincinnati playing good. It's not going to be an easy game tomorrow.
Yeah. I think I always say it, man. Like Mark Few never leaving Gonzaga for UCLA, North Carolina, Kansas when he had the opportunities. He's the big fish in the small pond at Gonzaga. He got a DUI and nobody even batted an eye. You get that at USC, UCLA, you can probably get fired. He's a big fish in the small pond. I think Deion's a big fish in the small pond in Colorado as well. But at the end of the day, it's not his pond either. Like this pond freezes in January. But it get cold. Like cats don't want to be there up there. And then you got to deal with like Venezuela and Hamas. Let's dive into some other things real quick. We got to talk some basketball. I got to talk some basketball with you real quick, Shaun.
This dude said Venezuela.
We can never just keep, you know what I mean, Shaun? Like we can never just keep it copacetic. Like it just always got to go left and go right. Well, let's talk some basketball, man. Fuck, NBA's here.
What a great moment.
By the way, Shaun, Dodgers in 5.
Oh, Yankees in 6, baby.
I like Dodgers in 7.
Hey, and watch this. Let me give you a little nugget here. Put a few shekels on Jazz Chisholm, World Series MVP. Just saying.
You say that, but there's too many. There's Mookie.
Here's why I like the
Yankees. The Lakers got. The Dodgers got too much.
Kike Hernandez been doing this. T.S.Gar Hernandez been doing this.
See, I would bet 1,000 on the other Hernandez.
Right.
Hey, so here's why I like the Yankees, and it has nothing to do with L.A. or New York or this coast or that coast. It's simple regression. I don't think you can continually depend on 10 guys to pitch lights out all the time. Like that's like bullpen games, like the way that Roberts has been using his bullpen. He's gotten fortunate that none of the guys have had an off night. It's not like the pitcher, like you got a great starting rotation and you expect that guy to go 5, 6, 7 innings and you got to use, 2, 3 guys. Like their starting pitchers haven't been getting past the 3rd, 4th inning. And they've been using bullpen guys and all of them have been lights out. How long can that continue? Where nobody has an off night when you're bringing all those guys in. That's just what worries me about the Dodgers. But it's going to be a box office series. I mean, it's star power galore. I mean, shoot. I mean, look at the Yankees alone, like Soto, Stanton, Judge. I mean, then you go to the other side. I mean, Mookie, Shohei, Freeman. Like, I mean, it's such star power, this thing, man.
It's what
and it's crazy because it's not a Hall of Fame pitcher on either side.
No, right. It ain't. But
could this lineup being like one of the, more, I don't know, one of the best World Series in the last, 20 or so years. Like it has a star potential to be in that conversation, right?
Yeah, and I think the stage is right.
Right.
Because the atmosphere in LA gonna be crazy. Yes. The atmosphere in the Bronx is gonna be bananas. Like I'm actually going to watch every game in this World Series. I think it's gonna be scintillating.
Me too. And I'm not even a huge baseball guy until recently, but I'm about to be locked in. I'm excited. It's the East Coast, West Coast, two historical franchises, star power. It's like MLB couldn't have asked for a better fucking situation. This is perfect.
The Yankees got to bring out Jay-Z and
Guys got to bring out Kendrick.
No, and the Yankees got to bring out Jay-Z and Alicia Keys and perform off from New York like to start.
They can't.
Why?
They can't.
Why?
Jay-Z's in hiding.
Oh,
who would the Dodgers bring out then?
The Super Bowl boy?
Kendrick.
Yeah.
They not like us. They not like us. That would be crazy. That would be kind of crazy.
Absolutely.
Hey, Jay-Z goes to Diddy, so I'm telling you, he's out. I'm just telling you, Beyonce too. Beyonce gone too. So
you said something about NBA.
Bailey, you got a mute button. Like you got to come with a sound. Like when Jamie started to say something crazy, and just hit the sound.
Hey, we got Mina Kimes on our thumbnail, and she came out with EPA as a thing and said that Russell Wilson, no way, or shape, or form could be the guy.
Mina's somewhere right now with some boxing gloves on and some ankle wraps, doing some Taebo training. She gonna put them hands on you when she see you.
Hey, but what's your take about the EPA and all the stuff that she had to say? Because Russell Wilson sure looked good. The Steelers sure look good against the EPA and Mina Kimes, contrary to belief.
JB, how many times have we made opinions and it didn't turn out to be what that is? That's what we do. When you're on TV or on a show every single day, you're not going to be 100% accurate. Why are you making a big deal off her stat, which was an actual fact, not aligning with the results of the game?
Why you be on Mina like that?
She don't know fucking nothing. That's why.
You
number
be on
one.
Mina like that, and you letting Nadu come on here with that Sergio Tacchini shirt on, and you ain't get on him.
I don't care about your shirt. I care about what you say. And here's the bottom line: Mina Kimes has said a lot of shit with no validation, no experience.
But why are you mad at her? She hired herself. She
Shaun,
put herself on the show.
If you and I said comments and debated opinions like Smitty just said, that's because we played the game. We're going to have opinions. I don't take none from nobody that never took a 3-step drop. Come on, man.
I'm not defending Mina. What I'm saying is you're attacking the wrong person, the wrong thing.
No, I go at ESPN too.
Mina didn't hire herself.
She got a new deal. She just got a new deal.
I don't watch ESPN's NBA coverage because of the pregame show, the studio show. I'm like, how in the world all these former NBA players and GMs is available, and I turn to ESPN, and this is what I'm looking at? Come on, man.
Yeah, it's personal with Mina, though. I don't like Mina, period. She's fucking horrible.
I'm telling you, she in that Taebo class right now. She's going to put that 1-2 on you when she see you.
For making her money and out here doing her thing her way.
Do your thing, Mina.
Do your thing, Mina. Make your money.
Keep talking to IPA and
yeah, she's an analytical person. She goes, she didn't play the game, so she can't talk on X's O's. Her way to make it in this industry is to go stats and numbers and analytics. Stay in that lane and work for you. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, Shaun, I'm going to give a script next week. Every single day, I'm giving a script to Smitty about hockey. And that motherfucker's going to read that script and read out that data, and let's see what our views do.
See, I know hockey, so I can do that. My name was Puck Stradamus on my previous show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm a big hockey guy. So, I'm so glad the season just started, by the way. And LA Kings are rolling. I think they're going to bounce back this season. They got a game tomorrow against Utah here in LA. It's crazy. The sports scene, the scene out here this weekend in LA, Shaun, is crazy. We already kind of ran through it, but it's concerts, Dodgers, Lakers, St. John Bosco, and modern day number 1, number 2 team down the street. There's so much going on, man. But that Kings game is something I'm thinking about going to myself, man.
Kings not talented enough. They're more of a blue collar team, hardworking, but they don't.
That's why I like them though, because that's me. I was a blue collar guy.
High end talent. They don't have the high end talent.
Ash, I'm giving you.
Oh boy, there you go.
I'm
the
giving
worst
you a
behaved dog in Cali.
Ash, I'm giving you a script tomorrow. You're gonna read the data of EPA. All right. Make sure you're ready to do that.
It's not how it works, JB. You get a researching team that gives you numbers to back whatever your opinion is that you want to say, and then you got to go out there and talk. She's not sitting there with a damn piece of paper just looking at it the whole time. She has numbers.
Shout out Mike Bundy.
I like Mike Bundy's my favorite person on this show. He watches every single day. See No Friday. He never misses a Friday. He gives us $20 Tuesdays and
shout out to
Wednesdays.
Mike. Shout out to Mike.
I wish everybody here was like Mike.
Mike, me too.
Y'all got some good viewers though. Like the people in the chat be really funny.
Some of them
really be funny.
They do.
They be killing Smitty. I don't know what happened the days I'm not on, but boy, they be on Smitty head.
They kill me. You know why? Because JB has created this
cult.
This cult. There you go. Thank you. I forgot the word. This cult-like following. Whatever JB says is Bible. And they gonna run with it. Whatever he says. If he could incite a riot tonight, and they would do it.
He baby Trump.
Yeah.
Trump
You
incites
got
riots.
you got nothing in there. I mean, that's just spit you drinking over there. Hey, real quick, I gotta get through.
Hey, JB, I got a pet peeve to express here, and I want people in the chat to let me know if this bothers them as well. I cannot stand when somebody drinks water out of a water bottle and needs to crumple the water bottle as they're drinking. You do know the water will come out without doing that.
My wife hates that too. Every
that
time she gets on me.
man.
Hate it.
But
Can't stand it.
the
I
thing
despise it. I despise it.
The thing about me though,
that bugs the hell out of me.
The thing about me, I'm always do me. So I'm gonna keep doing it anyway. And now that I know that y'all don't like it, I'm gonna do it even more to piss y'all off. So thank you for letting me know that. Never tell your enemy.
Hey, Shaun, real quick. This is what we'll do. Moving forward. What else? I thought,
Never give your enemies any ammo.
Hey, did you say Dion got full autonomy? Hey, real quick, so I gotta give a shout out to somebody real quick. Shout out to rest in peace, Fernando Valenzuela. If you're from LA and know anything about it, he died. Fernando Valenzuela was like Kobe Bryant in the 80s around this motherfucker when the Dodgers were at a height, winning World Series, the big lefty, get on the mound. Shout out to Fernando Valenzuela. If you're a true Angelino, that hit hard, really, to be honest. And then shout out, man, to a young
that was sad.
Abdul Rahim, man. Unbelievable. 43 years old. 43 years old. That's crazy.
You know, I guess he was feeling down a little bit, so he missed a couple practices, and then he went to the hospital to get some kind of procedure done, and I guess it just all went left during the procedure. And that was crazy. You know what? He had only been at USF 1 year. They had won the regular season AAC, and he was voted AAC Coach of the Year in year one coming to USF. So, I mean, he was up and coming like as one of the next really, really good ones. So, man, prayers to his family. And this is how big Valenzuela was. I knew about him all the way down in St. Pete, Florida. And this is before social media. I mean, I don't even know if baseball was on television at the time back then. But, I mean, that's how big he was. I knew about him all the way in Florida.
Yeah, man, he was unbelievable, man. He had like a fucking I know him and Hershiser, I think, pitched double no hit, no nose back to back. They were on a hell of a team. They had one of the best swinging cats of all time, Franklin Stubbs on that team, big lefty, beautiful stroke. He was best. He had the most natural swing I've ever seen in my life. A lot of people used to say that, but they had a loaded life. Mike Socha was on that team, former Angel head coach. He was the catcher. Yeager had just left. Mike Marshall was one of the outfielders at the time. You had man, they had some dogs on that team.
Life is precious, man.
And Guerrero, Pedro Guerrero, shit, Vladimir's daddy.
Cherish all the moments. That's why I despise anybody that was trying to hate on LeBron and Bronny James on Tuesday night. Like,
I'm not hating on it at all. I told Smitty I love the father-son aspect. All of us would love to have that scenario. I just think it's fabricated. It was a Disney movie. It was so fake. Like they forced it.
You don't like Disney movies all of a sudden?
No, I never have. They're very like, you know, little. Here's the thing about it, Shaun. I gotta be honest. That kid don't deserve to be in the NBA.
That's true. That's not. You can't.
That is true. That is true. The kid has averaged 16 points a game and started at SC. Didn't even get drafted.
It's what the NBA does, though. It's what they do.
Nah, not really.
They do it every year.
And don't use Giannis's brother as being garbage as a nepotism thing. The motherfucker's still 7 foot though.
Man,
he's 7 foot.
Terrible. He's terrible.
He's 7 foot though.
He's 6 years in the league and still terrible.
He's 7 foot though.
I don't want to hear it because every year in the first round, we don't even recognize half the people drafted in the NBA.
I get it. But
So
I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna act like that. Okay, Bronny's a second round pick, by the way. I'm not gonna act like he didn't.
He ain't getting drafted if his daddy ain't his daddy. Let's be real. Come on.
Hey man, look.
Come on now. See, nobody will ever address that question. See
You
what
know
I'm
the
saying?
one thing that I think TNT does that's brilliant, because it's like it's almost like a shot at like how bad the NBA is at marketing their current crop of players. You know when they'll show Charles Barkley a name, and he's got to tell where a player plays and where he plays with what team. Who could do that? Like out of us three, there are 30 teams in the NBA. They got 12 guys on the bench. What percentage of actual guys could we put name with team?
Shit, probably 37. 37 to 40%.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna act like Bronny's like in this league where we know all the guys and he's the only obscure non-belonger. Like, come on, man.
Hey, Stilly the Boss. Real quick, Stilly the Boss said, if I change my ways, I could coach again, but nobody wants to be around me. Do you think I want to be around people, you fucking idiots? You think I go to sleep worrying about what the fuck you say, Stilly the Boss?
He just gave you constructive criticism, JB.
No, he didn't. He's a dick rider and he's a fanboy. All right, Shaun, let's dive into some brass tacks here. So you're telling me you're taking the Yankees tonight, game 1.
Oh, yeah, I got them to
with Cole on the mound. This is their best shot to me because the pitcher difference.
Here's the 2 plays I already have in. I got Yankees to win the series. I have Jazz Chisholm MVP. I haven't decided tonight exactly what I'm going to do. I want to wait to see the pregame. I want to see who look like they got it in their eyes. I don't trust Jack Flaherty at all, so I might bet the over.
He's losing a little bit on his mustard.
Yeah, but I haven't decided tonight yet. I might bet the over.
Yeah, Dodgers got home field advantage. I got to roll with the Dodgers, and plus I'm a Dodger fan, so of course I'm going with them. Just like you went with the Padres, as you thought they would.
That was a bad pick.
Yeah, I like the Dodgers 8-3 tonight.
That's the over. I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
I do have 2 college football games that I love this week.
Talk to us.
So UCF, who was blown out by Colorado, who's looked awful, is at home versus BYU. And guess who's favored?
Oh.
UCF.
I don't get it.
Later points with UCF. They're going to mollywop BYU. That line is telling you everything you need to know.
No way.
I don't understand it, but sometimes you got to believe the numbers, JB. Sometimes you got to believe the numbers.
Do you believe, JB?
You got to. Think about that, JB. As bad as UCF has looked, BYU's undefeated, coming off a scintillating primetime comeback win against Oklahoma State. They're going to Orlando, and UCF is favored. The public is going to say,
can see a trap game, no doubt about it.
The public is going to say, oh, my God, I get BYU plus the points.
I'm a Kalani believer. I'm going to flip it on you. BYU is going to mollywop them.
All right. You might be right, but
they had their scare. They had their scare last week.
The line is telling me different. The other game, and I like this team to win outright. Penn State is going to Camp Randall. Wisconsin, low-key under Lou Fickell, just getting a little better every week. I like Wisconsin to win this one outright. They're getting
now,
6.5.
In fairness to Shaun, let's be honest here. People don't really pay attention. If you're not really paying attention, and I know some of you are because you've brought it up and mentioned it to me privately or on my Sunday NFL show with Shaun Salisbury. You are paying attention, watching Shaun's picks the last few weeks, and he's been dead on, balls accurate. So he's been hitting like crazy. So some of you, in fairness, I'm not going to say nothing crazy because Shaun been hitting them. He been hitting them. He been hitting that dice, Smitty. He been rolling. He been rolling that shit. Wow.
So my 2 plays this week are UCF and Wisconsin.
Wow.
I like that.
I'm not gonna get both of those, but damn, good shit. Good shit. Good shit. Speaking of Penn State, though, they're in a little bit of turmoil with James Franklin, and he wouldn't address the media, and they got a couple of kids being accused of something from last year's team. So I don't know if that affects the game or anything. I doubt it does. But there's a lot of other things on the outside. And, when outside noise starts to get in there, Shaun has a point. There could be a little bit of outside noise involved in this Wisconsin game. So just giving everybody some context out there on what's going on. But it is what it is. Real quick, the Raiders signed Desmond Ridder to the practice squad. He's a guy that got drafted, which you and I talked about last year when we're like, oh, shit, to Atlanta. He gets cut for a Chico stick and string cheese. He's going to be on the practice squad, obviously, for now. No way they're going to go with him at some point, are they?
I mean, they only got him in Minshew, right? Because O'Connell's got a fractured thumb.
Yep.
So he'll probably be the emergency quarterback, but I mean, it's not like he could be any worse than what they've had at the quarterback position this year. So.
And speaking of thumbs, Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle, hurt his trigger finger.
Yeah, I heard he got in a car crash, huh?
Yeah, so Bryce Young's getting to start again. Where are you at with that take?
First of all, I'm glad Dalton and his family are okay. I heard he had the whole family with him, so
yes,
I'm
sir.
sure that's pretty scary. If you're Bryce Young, man, look,
opportunity.
You playing for your next job. So
mental. He's got to get mentally tough right now, in my opinion.
I hope he's been intentional in his time off about really paying attention and trying to get better. Because if he don't play well in this stretch, man, it could be a quick exit for Bryce because of his size. See, the one thing about the Desmond Ridders of the world, them guys going to walk in the building and people that don't know nothing about football are going to say, oh, he looked like a quarterback. Let's sign him. Bryce Young, you got to be good, buddy. Because you walk in you walk in there and they like, hey, man, somebody's child got lost. Like, you got a key card? How the hell you get in here?
He looks so small.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is an important little stretch for him.
Who are they playing? Who are the Panthers playing this week?
Somebody better than them.
Yeah, that's true. Is the Broncos?
I don't have.
Yeah, they play the Broncos.
Is Surtain back yet?
The Broncos. Speaking of the Broncos, they get a wide receiver. Go to Titty Bar, got shot in the head. I'm just saying, we got to be smarter out here, youngsters. We got to be smarter.
Josh Reynolds got shot in the head and shot in the arm at a strip club. Got chased down. The car stopped on the highway. They got out, tried to run. Got shot in his head and in the arm. Luckily, he was able to be okay. I think it was a flesh wound, so he was in the hospital. They checked him out and he got out. But yeah, crazy situation, man. I actually played against him. Well, I was injured, but we played against him at A&M. You know what? Mazzoni was his coach, actually. I believe so at A&M, and his wife used to work at Fox.
Damn.
So yeah, man. TCP's up to him. Gotta be smart. I mean, I know I've been to my fair share of adult sports bar.
Can you do anything though if somebody follow you from somewhere? I mean,
I don't know I don't know if they followed him. I guess his car broke down.
It said they followed him.
See, they followed him in the whip and they shot the whip. I think.
But it's crazy that this car broke down too.
I think they shot the whip though.
Yeah, Venezuela's crazy.
Hey, you clowns out here. Huh? Hey, you clowns out here, man. Come on, man. Cut the BS. Man, let people go have a good time, man. God damn.
Right.
Everything ain't a lick, man. Come on. That man, God, leave where we got some weirdos out here in this country.
Yeah,
and the Venezuelans out there, though. The Venezuelans.
Just certain people just have a certain mindset out here, man. No matter who you are, just people just weird in general, man. But
yeah. Venezuela's out there.
People in general are just kind of weird, so it's just kind of crazy, man. But there's a video here. I want to start with JB actually, and then get Shaun's thoughts too. Of DJ Moore talking about Caleb Williams being a boss or being bossy. Check this out.
Yeah, this was pretty saucy.
Now you can see like he bossy, but in a not like mean way, but like in his own way. So take that as you want.
I mean, does it please you? I mean, does it spot you?
Doesn't please me, but it's good to see. Good to hear him out there doing that, and that means he's doing growth.
I think all these guys are soft as shit. That's why they all think it's all like weird shit.
You better not never get on the microphone and call me bossy.
I'm bossy. I'm the first one to be.
That shit wild to me. These kids nowadays, homie.
There's
the
a
best
lot of
receiver.
ways you can articulate me trying to be a leader of men, but bossy is not one that I'm going to work with.
They called you bossy, Shaun. What you going to do, Shaun? They called you bossy.
Caleb Williams started that fucking nail painting shit, man. You got the receiver at Alabama doing it. You got the Duke kid doing it, basketball guy. I mean, fuck, man. Shaun King next time going to do it. Like, goddamn.
Hey,
all right, Shaun. Sean, we got to bring the energy, Sean. We got to bring the energy for about 5 minutes straight because we got some fact or cap brought to you by BetUS. Head on over to BetUS today. Use the promo code Coach JB. I'm going to try to carry the show and do it, but Smitty hopefully brings some energy as the youngster on the show. We'll see, though.
Try my
We'll
best.
see, though.
Try my best.
Fact or cap, Smitty, you go first.
Okay, let's do it.
The Rams, if healthy, are a playoff contender.
Facts. Big time fact. You got Cooper Kupp back. You saw how important him and Puka Nacua is to that offense. But even bigger than that, when you give Matthew Stafford protection, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the game. He was throwing that ball around so beautifully yesterday. I was at SoFi watching it live. It looked amazing. Shaun McVay can never count him out. The Rams are a serious team when healthy. Facts.
Fact or cap, Sean?
You said Super Bowl contender?
Playoff.
Oh, yeah. They're definitely fact. They're definitely a playoff team. Matthew Stafford, one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the world right now. Shaun McVay does a great job. They don't get enough credit for how they turned this roster. Remember all the criticism they were getting because they were bringing in the vets and they were saying that they were sacrificing their future to win that one Super Bowl.
Yep.
And look, all of a sudden, man, they've revamped that entire roster. They got a bunch of good-looking young players. They did it in no time, man. Hat tip to the Rams. Yes, fact, they are a playoff team.
Fact or cap? Smitty, the Lions will now run away with the NFC.
Ooh, I'm going to say cap. I think the Lions will win the NFC, but when you use words like run away, that tells me that there's no competition. It's an easy thing. I like the Packers a lot over there in the NFC. It's very competitive still in that division. Even the Vikings, yeah, they lost 2 games, but it's not like the world is over. So I think the Lions will win the NFC, but run away, cap.
Yeah, cap. I'm not sure the Vikings are going to win the NFC. I mean, the Lions are going to win the NFC North. I'm with you. That's a tough division. They still got all those division games left. And listen, I know they look like it's not killed them yet, but when does losing the big fella on that D-line start to have an impact in some of these games? So I'm going to say cap on that one, JB.
I still think they're going to go after Max Crosby. That's my gut pick of the year right there. They're going to go get Max Crosby. I'm going to say fact. I think they're going to run away with it. I think DC has them going. Remember, the Vikings, who they played that were undefeated just 8 days ago, have now lost 2 games in the span of 8 days. The Lions have to be salivating over that. And the Lions now going to put their foot on this neck of the NFC North, which is much more competitive. Right now, 4 teams are in the playoffs if the playoffs started today, including the Bears. Fact or cap? The Packers are serious Super Bowl contenders.
Fact. Big fact. I told you guys already my Super Bowl prediction is Baltimore Ravens and the Green Bay Packers. I'm saying it now. I'm saying it early. I'm not going to wait to the end of the season like a lot of these people, these analysts do online who are scared. I like Jordan Love a lot. The offense is explosive. They have depth at the receiver position, and the defense makes plays as well, man. They are true Super Bowl contenders, and I have them being there losing against Lamar and the Ravens. Facts.
Fact. Just because it's going to piss Aaron Rodgers off. That's all it needs to do.
I'm going to say fact. They are contenders. Fact or cap? If the Cowboys lose to the Niners, they will fire Coach McCarthy.
Ooh, I'm going to say facts. I think Jerry Jones is fed the fuck up. He's at the radio show cussing them out.
Now he commenting about McCarthy. He never does that.
He made a comment, and then McCarthy bounced back and disagreed and talking about, I think my play calls is cool. You got Jerry Jones pulling up in the helicopter on the field, middle of practice. If they lose on Sunday up in the Bay, Mike McCarthy might as well just stay in the Bay. It's a wrap.
Fact. And adding the fact that Kellen Moore has the Eagles with a top 10 offense. Don't forget McCarthy said the reason that we couldn't get over the hump was because of Kellen Moore. You give me the mantle, and guess what? We're going to get it done. They're worse. McCarthy, bye.
I'm going to go cap only because I haven't seen Jerry pull that proverbial trigger yet.
He's older. He's more grumpier than he's ever been.
Yeah,
he threatened to fire the damn local radio guy.
Come on now. It's like you, JB. Like, you're old as hell on this show. You're always grumpy. The older you get, the grumpier you are.
I agree. McCarthy would have been fired if I'm the owner.
Yeah, you're not grumpy, JB. You're misguided at times.
I am. There you go. I am. Fact or cap? The Patriots are regretting letting Belichick go.
Cap. The Patriots just in rebuild mode right now. They were horrible last year with Belichick. They were horrible this year with Gerard Mayo. It's going to take some years for them to get back and being any sort of contenders. They need so much help, whether it's on the O-line, the D-line, the quarterback position, leadership, culture. They just need a lot. Belichick was past his prime, in my opinion, and past the point in which time to change. As we know Belichick's the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? But time to change with these players. You got guys, and like you said, JB, they paid and they nailed. You can't talk to players a certain type of way. The Belichickian way no longer, in my opinion, worked with this team and these players. So although they're bad this year, I don't think they regret. Cap.
We're not gonna let Belichick sit on the Iron Throne and look down at the city, act like it wasn't in shambles. You know, when he left. I mean, come on, the Patriots were awful last year. Remember the Mac Jones and all that, the carousel at quarterback.
Exactly.
At least they got a young quarterback they like now. Drake made. Boutier's looking like he could be a good receiver. So I'm gonna say Cap on that. Give Mayo some time. It's not like he inherited a good program.
Yeah, Booty is what they are. Booty. Let's go. Fact or cap? The Lakers are serious Western Conference contenders.
I'm going to say fact. Fact. They will make the playoffs. And when you have two of the top 10 players in the game, you always have a chance in basketball. AD, if Anthony Davis is
Have you seen their record, by the way?
Lakers.
Have you seen their record, by the way, when AD is the leading scorer and on their record? It's like 100+ more wins. And when LeBron's the leading scorer, they're minus 100.
Listen, we are at a point where we have no choice. I'm saying I'm a Lakers fan. We have no choice but to make Anthony Davis the 1A on the team. And he has to stay healthy, and he has to play with that same aggression he played in game one. I understand every game is not going to be 37-15. You're going to have off nights. But it's the effort and the aggression and the mindset. When he plays like that, we're a totally different team. I'm going to say fact.
Cap, and more cap. They're the only top Western Conference team that didn't get better. Dallas added Klay Thompson. Minnesota went out and got Julius Randle. Hell, Denver went out and got Russell Westbrook. I mean, the Lakers is kind of.
We got JJ Redick.
Oh my God!
You got Knet's the coldest white boy in the draft.
That's a fact. That's the big fact.
I agree, but is he on the same level of Dallas adding Klay Thompson or Minnesota adding Julius Randle? Like they went out and got proven all-star caliber guys. I think the Nets going to be good. I don't think the Lakers did enough to compete for the Western Conference. I think they'll end up being a play-in team just like they have been the last couple of years.
Klay Thompson is one banana in the tailpipe away from ending his career.
Hey, Klay Thompson looked amazing last night. Don't disrespect him now.
He's in a perfect situation.
He made like 6+ threes last night, I think, and broke the record for debut games in Mavs history.
Yeah. 6-3.
And I'll be honest, none of it matters. I think Boston's going undefeated. I mean, the way they look right now, they probably won't lose the game.
8-2-0. Damn, that's amazing. That's never been done.
They are. They look like they haven't missed a beat. Man.
Yeah,
they don't even have. They got what's the name out? The little white boy that's the shooter.
Porzingi's not even
there yet.
No, and the little white boy guard.
Oh yeah. I know. I can't think of his name. I know you're talking about. Yeah. But listen, when you keep your core together, that's all that matters, man. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, 2 top 10 players in the game. They know each other like the back of their hands. Then you add in the piece Porzingis. Once he gets healthy, that core is just you got what's his name? Derek. Who the ball head dude? The big
Derek White. D White.
Thank you, D White. Like Drew Holiday. That core, man. And their main 2 stars are young. They're
gonna push the 72 win total. I'm telling you.
Good ass head coach too.
If they stay healthy, they are spectacular.
Peyton Pritchard. Thank you,
Brown's
Bill.
birthday yesterday. I think it was Jaylen Brown's birthday yesterday.
And they head coach, man. You know, he has some kind of crazy quotes sometimes, but he's a good ass coach. Yeah, he's serious.
Yeah, he a trumper. That's why.
No,
fact or cap? Fact or cap? The Clippers are still the motherfucking Clippers.
Absolutely.
Facts. Yeah. And I was at the game. Listen,
what up, Marcellus? Yeah, they are.
Chip City. James Harden, he's gonna get his stat line. He's gonna get his points. But at the end of the day,
can't make his free throws.
Kawhi gonna be hurt. And then I ain't gonna lie, JB. I watched that game, and when I got there, I'm like, who are these players? Like I didn't even know the Clippers. It's Harden, Kawhi, and others. I didn't even know nobody on there. I was like, I didn't know this was their team. They're not a good team.
That's why it's not an issue that Bronny's in the league. A fact, the Clippers are still the Clippers, man. Listen, but the Clippers are just a microcosm of a bigger problem. The NBA got to do something about this BS, man. It is ridiculous that these guys can have an entire offseason and then miss opening night. Like, that is crazy to me.
Well, Kawhi's out indefinitely though, so he's not just missing opening night. He might be out the first fucking
I'm not
month.
talking about Kawhi.
But Embiid though, yeah.
Out of the top 20 players in the NBA, 10 of them didn't play opening night.
Yeah, that makes zero sense.
65 guys out day one.
That's
Get
crazy.
the fuck out of here, man.
Now the best thing about the Clippers though, they do have the best arena in all sports.
It
So I give
looked
them
dope
that.
on TV. It came off well on TV. It looked.
Hey,
it
Shaun,
looked-
I
it
went there.
looked- yeah.
I'm there opening night, Shaun. Everything, the technology's the same.
It
You
looks
got
like
buttons on your seat to play the game. It's crazy.
Hey,
it's crazy. You got to go.
It is crazy. It is crazy because Ballmer bought a motherfucking Lamborghini and put cookie cutters on it. That's what he did. That's his fucking roster. Motherfucker got a bunch of fucking. He got hubcaps on a goddamn Lamborghini. Fact or cap? Fact
Every
or
time-
cap?
If I was a Clipper fan, every time I see Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, I just would throw up in my mouth a little bit.
Fact or cap? The Dodgers will win tonight.
Fact. 8-3. I already said it. For all our sports better go
I
to
don't
Bet
like your
US to put
confidence.
8-3 as a score.
I don't like your confidence. It almost came off as cocky.
I mean,
like it's a
the
massive,
Dodgers, homie.
It's a massive, massive obstacle that's gonna be in the other dugout.
You got Shohei, homie. Stop.
We dominate. That roster don't match up for the Dodgers. The
Talk about
Yankees-
matchups, homie.
Dodgers might fuck around and sweep. Dodgers might sweep them.
Shohei gonna show Aaron who's really bossy in that dugout. Who's really bossy on
Y'all
that
got some
field.
good baseball players. Yankees got great athletes. Have you ever seen Aaron Judge's high school senior stats?
Yeah,
I mean,
Stan
they're
too. Stan too. Hey, I almost
they're
coached Stan. They're all
phenomenal. Stanton was a
California
baller
kids.
too, man.
Hey, Garrett Cole's a California kid. The whole roster is from California.
So they're coming home to get some work.
Hey,
Cap.
welcome home. But we're the
Cap.
international. We are got the international motherfucker.
Garrett Cole going 6 strong tonight. He gonna give up 1 earned run, 3 hits. Meanwhile, Jazz Chisholm gonna hit for the cycle.
Shohei gonna show you why he's the best player of all time this series. He's gonna start tonight.
He's not. He's really good. He's not the best player of all time.
He's gonna show you that why tonight.
He's the best player on this series, though. Fact or cap? The safe bet for MVP is Derrick Henry.
Running back?
Cap. No, that's cap. The safe pick is Lamar Action Jackson. He's a quarterback. Like, it's a quarterback award now. You got to have phenomenal. You got to be Ashton Genty in the NFL, numbers wise, in order to go win MVP. So
I mean, when's the last time a running back won MVP?
Was
What
it
we talking about?
did
Over
Adrian
a decade?
Peterson beat Peyton?
AP, maybe.
Adrian Peterson, 08, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
CMC should have won last year, but they
well,
fucked
should have,
it.
could have, but that's the point. You got
If
to
I
prove
had
that point.
to take
They
somebody
fucked the
right
white
now,
man. They fucked the white man.
I would take Josh
Finally.
Allen if I had to take somebody right now. I'd take Josh Allen.
So you're saying cap. All right, I'm going to say fact. That is a safe bet because he's going to do.
Tripping.
He's on.
Derrick
by the
Henry
way,
don't play enough on the Ravens to win MVP.
And they not picking on running back on no QB. JB Stein, you too smart to say shit like that. You piss me
I
off.
always got to bring reason. I got to always bring reason to everybody. See,
Yeah,
that's the
Michael.
thing I don't get. First of all, we're going to look at Derrick Henry, and they're going to say he's made Lamar Jackson the best he's ever been. That's one reason why you give him the MVP. The other MVP, the other reason why, you know why? No one's talked about? Has anyone talked about? He's on pace to break Eric Dickerson's rushing record.
Saquon.
Has anybody talked about it? No, I'll talk about it. Right
Saquon
now,
had
he's
a
on
good
pace
year.
to break it. He's on pace to break it.
But he's going to get overshadowed by his QB the same way CMC got overshadowed because Brock Purdy had a really good year last year. That's what happens. You quarterbacks, I have 2 here on the show right now. You both know, like I do, that the MVP award is always tilted in favor to the QB. That's what it is.
Saquon's got an outside chance if Philly can keep winning. Philly's getting better quietly. They're doing it off the radar.
He's 4-2.
And Saquon's balling. I ain't gonna lie. He's balling. I was like,
He
that
is
might
balling,
be the
but
best.
he's not even in conversation.
That might be the best free agent acquisition of anybody so far.
JB, say it again.
He's balling, but he's not doing nothing special.
He's gonna have better numbers at the end of the year than Derrick Henry.
I
I
doubt it.
don't know. I don't think so.
Doubt it. Fact or cap? Let's go, Smitty. Peanut butter chocolate is better than cookies and cream.
Peanut butter chocolate better than cookies and cream. I'm going to say that's tough. I'm going to say facts because more is more consistent. Now, I have my moments.
Hey, you don't shake your head, baby. Peanut butter chocolate is my favorite ice cream in the world. It's not even close.
I have my moments where I just want cookies and cream. And that's what I have, you know what I mean? Because I'm a big Oreo guy. I love cookies. But more consistently, more throughout the month, more peanut butter and chocolate is a cold combination, boy. That motherfucker ain't nothing like it. Fact.
Hey, I got the coldest combination of all time, Shaun. You go to Baskin Robbins, I get 3 scoops in a cup. 2 of them are peanut butter chocolate. The 3rd scoop is gold medal ribbon. Don't trip.
Yeah,
Go try it
I'ma
today. Go try it today. Go try it today. Thank me later.
I'm gonna go fact because if one of my homeboys go anywhere with me and order cookies and cream, he gonna have to walk back. So I'm going with the peanut butter chocolate.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
Bailey,
Bailey,
yes, lady, if we go to the ice cream store and you walk out into the car, can I have some cookies and cream, please? I don't know how you get back home, dog. Hope your Uber working.
Why you so
Hey,
bossy, Shaun?
Hey, Shaun,
You so
speaking of
bossy.
order,
I can't get what I want. You so bossy.
Shaun, hey, Shaun, speaking of order, cookies and cream in a mango cart with a motherfucking mango margarita with salt on the rim and do like this.
This fire.
I would get a cookies and cream thing with chocolate syrup added on top. Then I would get me a strawberry margarita with sugar on the rim, not salt. I got high blood pressure.
Hey, I don't care what you get. You say rhyme with me with that.
I'm gonna be driving the car, homie. Y'all too old. Y'all not gangster no more.
Baby girl likes gelato because see, she at East Coast, New York. That's a gelato shit. That shit horrible.
I like lemon sorbet for real. Lemon sorbet is amazing.
Hey, shout out to 6'7" because butter pecan is my favorite ice cream too.
What about where you at with pralines and cream?
That's like the butter pecan light. Like when people can't afford to get the butter pecan, they have like pralines and pecan. No, I want butter pecan. That's the best.
Is it pecan or pecan?
It tastes the same either way.
Okay.
Hey, what about cookie dough?
No, that's for kids, man.
What about old school sherbet?
Oh, I still eat that all the time. Rainbow sherbet's my number one shit. Rainbow sherbet, orange sherbet, got it in the freezer right now. My number one.
Bro, you so Kayla Williams sometimes.
Added with Sprite too. Added with Sprite. Don't you ever disrespect me like that, Shaun.
I'm starting to worry, man.
Don't you ever disrespect me. You trained Kayla Williams, I heard, homie.
Hey.
So what that tell you? Quarterback whisperer? You trained him, I heard.
JB, this guy say he got sherbet in the freezer.
You taught him how to paint nails, homie. That's what I heard. That's the word on the street, Shaun.
Come on, man.
Oh, Mina.
Come on, man.
Oh, Mina, your favorite ice cream is rainbow sherbet too. Really?
Hold on. JB's so phony because when he asked about sherbet, I read his face. He fucks with sherbet too. But once Shaun went that angle, now JB has to be anti-Big Smitty. So now you want to flip it. You phony, fake piece of.
No, I said I like sherbet. That's why I asked you. I love sherbet.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you.
Hey, what up, Mina?
I'm just saying, dog, you acting real Caleb Williams like, man.
Hey, but I don't have sherbet in my freezer though.
Go back. Y'all kind of look good together. Shaun, what you think, Shaun? Go back real quick to that picture. Shaun, what you think? Be real.
I think she was the one calling the plays of Independence, and JV don't want the truth to come out. That was the field that Mina built.
You might be on to something, Shaun. Now we on the same page. Now we back. Now we.
JB, she was sitting in the stands. She was stealing the signals from the other team.
Shaun, man, you have a great weekend, man. Hey, you got any big plans going on, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do as little as possible. Just watch football and enjoy.
You want to flight? You want a flight coming out or go back to the yacht?
Not this weekend, maybe next.
All men want to do is have peace, man. At this age that we all at, we just want peace. In 30s and 40s, man, you gonna learn that.
Peace and rainbow sherbet.
Come on now, amen to that.
Maybe a mango cart.
All right,
Shaun,
all right,
Shaun.
It's been a great show, y'all. We gave y'all 10 extra minutes. Sorry, we didn't let y'all call in. We lied to y'all 2 days in a row. But next Monday,
we'll take callers from the studio 3 days a week. 3 days a week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll be in the studio. We'll get back to the studio more as we get to it so we can get on the board more. And we got more film now, too. So we'll get to that, too. Jaden Daniels' film will be breaking down with Noel Mazzoni next Wednesday. Plus some board talk, chalk talk session. I and this guy don't lie. Mm-hmm. I got the 49ers beating the Cowboys.
Yeah, I do, too. It's at
home. Break that down. We're going to break that down Sunday, though. But, yeah, I got them. I think they're going to make a move in Dallas. And wish Jerry Jones was making his own move. But pound that like, subscribe, become a member. Head on Bet US today. Get all our picks. We're going to drop another video for our Sunday picks today. Smitty and I will have a Bet US video drop with our picks. And shout out, man. I lost mine last night already. I was one of the idiots that Nadu was talking about. I took fucking Minnesota -3. I didn't know Nakua and Cup would be both playing like they did. I didn't expect that. I thought they'd be on a pitch count. Hey, I guess you don't play them if they're not ready to go. So
listen to me, JB. I told you yesterday that You know, the Rams going to win, but what do I know? But y'all have a good one, man. We got a big-time UFC event tomorrow, man. Tune in. Watch the fight. I'm going to be in the Discord. I'm going to be in the Discord. JB, are you going to be in the Discord tonight?
Yeah.
All right. JB going to be in Discord. Make sure y'all in there talking all things sports, NFL, college football. And
might come in a minute. Me and I might do a Spaces, too, and then do it on the Discord.
We'll see y'all next week. I'm missing a few days. In 2 weeks, JB, I'll see my schedule, but next week I'll be there all week.
They're fired.
Go from there.
They're fired then. All right. Well, see you guys next week. Appreciate you. Peace.
Get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown, kill the ass a rap. We what the game's been missing.